Hello and welcome to Cousins Gymnasium. I'm Matt Macy Phelps, joined by Elliot Cobb with JumboCast. Thank you for tuning in for this Elite 8 matchup in the men's Division III tournament between the Tufts Jumbos and the visiting Amherst Purple and White. Boy, 2 games wasn't enough for these teams, was it?
No, Matt. Man, it's not enough for me either. I can't wait to get into some NCAA action here. We had so much fun tonight. There were so many fans. It's going to be a zoo tonight, Matt. We got a video showing everyone filing into the arena. It's going to be crazy. Tufts students are excited for this basketball team like never before. You're seeing students shuffle into the arena right now on this time lapse. We got over 1,500 people in the building tonight, Matt. It's going to be packed.
Yeah, Amherst coming up with a big 88-76 win last night over Joey Flannery and the Babson Beavers, and Tufts following that up with a 101-85 win over the Wildcats of Johnson and Wales. And big men, it's going to be a big matchup down low tonight.
That's right. One key for Tufts in the last game was they dominated the paint. Tom Pileski had 7 blocks, but tonight he's got a formidable foe in David George of the Amherst Purple and White. He's going to be all over the paint, guarding Pileski at both ends of the floor. We'll see how these 2 big men match up. Pileski, as we said, last game he was unmatched. Johnson and Wales didn't have a true center playing in the game, Matt. But tonight, actually, both teams have centers who can play. So we'll see who dominates the paint tonight. I think it's going to be a big indicator who comes out on top in this game. You see the 2 big men here.
Pileski obviously with the weight advantage, but both players 6'8". Last night they were both going against shorter centers on Johnson, Wales, and Babson.
Yeah. Pileski was playing out of his mind last night, Matt, with 7 blocks. Towards the end of the game, he was swatting at anything that came near him. And George played well also, but he's a very good defender. It'll be interesting to see how he guards Pileski tonight.
And there's a look at the Tufts squad warming up. You get Tom Pileski right there, the big man. And last night,
one person you won't see out there, Matt, though, is Vincent Pace, Tufts' regular season leading scorer. He had a knee injury in the first game of this NCAA tournament. He's out for the year. But Tufts has persevered without him. Stephen Haladina, Tariq Smith picking up the pace. As you said, no pun intended, picking up the pace. Last night, both had career highs.
Yeah, look at Vincent Pace's accolades there. Tore his ACL, but he was second-team All-NESCAC as just a sophomore. He was 4th in the conference in scoring average with over 17 points per game and over 27 minutes, too.
But he was instrumental in the 2 games against Amherst thus far this year, Matt.
Yeah, 33 points in the NESCAC semifinal for Pace, in which Tufts came up 3 points short in an 86-83 loss to the Purple and White. And the first game, Tufts came out with an 11-point win in that one. That was just a couple weeks before the semifinal, right here on the court here at Cousins Gymnasium.
Yeah, you were there for that one, Matt, weren't you?
Yeah, Tufts just came out to a hot lead. It was senior day there, and senior day you'd think, Spataford or Haladina would come up big for the Jumbos, but it was actually a man by the name of Zach Roswald. Doesn't get too many minutes, but got some crucial buckets in that game. He hit 2 threes to put Tufts well in a lead, and they held on to that lead for the rest of the game.
Yeah, one key stat from the NESCAC semifinal game between Tufts and Amherst. Amherst came on top. Matt, Amherst had 42 points in the paint to only 28 for Tufts. That's going to be a key thing to watch out for here tonight. I mentioned the 2 big men. They're going to be battling inside. Whoever can take more points in the paint, I think, has a good chance of reaching the NCAA Final Four.
Yeah, Amherst certainly with a lot of scoring options on their team. They scored 6 players in double figures in that semifinal win over the Jumbos. And their leading scorer, Connor Green, who averages over 14 points per game, hasn't been scoring too much in this tournament, but they've seen players like Johnny McCarthy and most recently last night, Jade Dawson with 19 points for the Purple and White.
That's right, Matt. Both these teams have a lot of weapons. Amherst has a deep bench. Tufts does as well. I mean, we've seen that with Vinny Pace being out. Other guys have picked up the slack. Tariq Smith had a career-high 25 points last night. Stephen Haladina, career-high 30. They were just pouring it on against Johnson and Wales, who was a very good team, Matt. We saw 2 the best players in the country in Tom Garrick and Corey Greenaway. Tufts was able to shut them down. Yeah,
Greenaway was the leader in all divisions of NCAA in active scoring. A tremendous career ending last night at the hand of the Jumbos. And
that's right.
Garrick as well, he was 10th actually on that list. So 2 top 10 players in all-time scoring of active players.
I did not know that, Matt. You've done your homework. I like it.
But on the other end, Pileski, I was looking at the active stats. Pileski is up there in the top 25 in blocks, just as a junior, though.
Wow.
In all divisions. So quite a few incredible players just at Cousins Gymnasium.
How Amherst College defends Pileski tonight is one of my keys to the game. Amherst tonight, I've got a couple of keys to the game for them. One is to convert free throws. They've been struggling from the line thus far this year. We heard in the press conference yesterday about how Amherst missed 15 free throws last night against Babson. Of course, with the injury to Joey Flannery, they're able to come out on top anyway, but they got to convert from the charity stripe tonight. Also, use your depth. If you're Amherst, you want to get a lot of guys in there. It's going to be a hot gym. We actually heard that from both teams in the post-game press conferences, how hot it was in Cousins Gymnasium. I think they're going to have to cycle guys through a lot tonight and win the three-point battle. They need to defend Tufts on the perimeter, especially with this crowd. They're going to get really amped up when Tufts is making threes, making big plays like that. And Amherst, Connor Green and company need to be hitting from the outside.
Yeah, they are certainly a three-point threat, hitting 9 last night. And one of the keys for the Jumbos tonight.
For the Jumbos, it's all about the big man inside, Tom Pileski. He's got to defend the paint here. He had 7 blocks last night. It was absolutely insane. The crowd was really getting into it with all of those swats. He's got to dominate inside, and that means on both ends of the floor. And David George can do the same thing. He's a player who can take over the game, Matt, and he's going to try to do that tonight. Tufts has to take care of the ball. They only had 12 turnovers last night against the full court pressure of Johnson and Wales. Was one reason they came out on top and they're playing here tonight. Also put on a show. This is one of the first times they've ever played in front of a raucous home crowd, and they just got to have fun with it, Matt. They've exceeded all their expectations for this season. This is the farthest a Tufts team has ever been in the NCAA tournament. They just got to relax and have fun out there. These fans are so excited to see their team out there. They're turning out in numbers like we've never seen before, and they just got to have fun with it. Put on a show, as I said.
Yeah, and actually, both these teams trying to join their female counterparts in joining the Final Four. Amherst women and Tufts women both making the Final Four tonight. But unfortunately for the men, only one can make it through based on their path. That's right.
We've seen the Tufts women have a lot of success the past few years, and now the men are following up with that. Their first NCAA tournament game hosted at Cousins Gym this year, and they're hoping to build on that success tonight.
So we're about to get to the national anthem and the lineups. Just a few more stats of note. Stephen Haladina, the senior, not wanting to end his basketball career. He's averaging 24 points and 8 rebounds per game this tournament, shooting 47% from the field and 53% from three. Yeah, monster numbers.
He's really turned it on in the absence of Vincent Pace. Since Pace went down in the first game of the NCAA tournament, Haladini has been an absolute monster, Matt. He's been doing it at both ends of the floor, making threes, getting rebounds. He's tough to stop.
But only 8 points for Stephen Haladina in Tufts' win over Amherst earlier this year. And we'll get to the national anthem and the starting lineup. Stay tuned.
Good evening and welcome to Cousins Gymnasium on the campus of Tufts University in Pittsburgh, Massachusetts for tonight's sectional final in the 2016 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship between Amherst College and the Tufts University Jumbos. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And quick correction, I actually said that Amherst had advanced to the women's Final Four. They're actually with a 12-point lead right now in the third quarter, so we'll stay tuned to that and give you updates. But both the Amherst men and women trying to make the Final Four, and here are the starting lineups.
First, for Amherst at guard, a 6'2" sophomore from Montreal, Quebec, number 5.
And out of Montreal, Jade Dawson, the sophomore point guard, put up 19 points last night to lead the purple and white.
Yeah,
they are in black, though, tonight.
He's really their floor general, Matt, leading the charge on offense and defense.
And his counterpart, a little bit bigger, Tom Pileski, the junior.
See Coach Hicks in there for the purple and white. Longtime coach, he's been there 39 years.
Over 700 wins, and over 1,200 wins combined for both coaches here tonight. And out of Medfield, sophomore Johnny McCarthy.
He had a big game last night, Matt. I love the way he plays. He's a long defender.
And the senior guard didn't have a great shooting night last night, so he'll look to rebound from that. It's Ryan Spataford.
Well, the key word there is rebound, Matt. He's a great on the boards. Ryan Spataford just gets after it.
And the big man who we highlighted earlier today, it's David George, the junior center out of Philly.
For the Jumbos at guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Los Angeles, California.
And the sophomore guard, Everett Dayton, getting the call up last night to help beat that press.
Yeah, did an excellent job. Johnson Wells applied a lot of pressure. Dayton was up to the challenge.
Amherst at guard, a 6'5" junior from Richfield, Connecticut, number 22, Jeff.
And here's Jeff Racy, the three-point threat.
Yeah, he attempts a lot of threes. It's kind of a feast or famine for him. Amherst are hoping he hits from deep tonight.
Senior from South Hamilton, Massachusetts.
And the leading scorer in the tournament so far for the Jumbo, Stephen Haladina.
He's been unstoppable. Tufts is just hoping he stays hot.
And for Amherst at guard, a 6'4"
And second team all NESCAC, the leading scorer for the purple and white, Connor Green.
Yeah, didn't hear much from him yesterday in the game, but Amherst is so deep, Matt, that they were able to win anyway.
at guard, a 5'11" junior from
And rounding out the Jumbo's lineup, 25 points and 9 assists and only 2 turnovers last night, Tariq Smith.
The two turnovers, that's insane. Playing a team who applies full court pressure the entire game. For your point guard to have 2 turnovers, astounding. Tariq Smith, bravo to him.
Yeah, in the post-game press conference, Coach Sheldon remarked on the 12 team turnovers despite the press, and he jokingly accredited a few of them to bad calls from the referees.
I heard that. I didn't know Coach Sheldon had such a sense of humor. I really enjoyed that.
So we're about to get underway. Cousins Gymnasium is packed to the gills here. The temperature is already rising. I'm sweating over here in the booth.
Yeah, you can only imagine what it's like for these players down there, Matt, playing some of the biggest games of their lives. Pressure's turned up to the max in terms of temperature, in terms of the coaches. They got their family and friends here watching. I can't tell you how big it is as a player, Matt, to have all your friends here. These Tufts players aren't used to having a lot of fans in the building, but to have a big student contingent like there is tonight really energizes them. You could see that in the players last night. They were really feeding off the crowd.
Yeah, one notable moment in the second half when Corey Greenaway got into it with Stephen Haladina and Tariq Smith. They got a little agitated, Corey Greenaway and Haladina getting technicals each, and one of those wound up being an important foul for Greenaway, the leading scorer for the Wildcats, who eventually fouled out early.
Yeah, he fouled out of the game with 8 minutes remaining. Pretty surprising.
Yeah, so the crowd certainly getting to the players in that one. Amherst in black, Tufts in white. Chance to Salem, Virginia, and the Final Four on the line for both of these teams. Amherst, a 2-time national champion, not new to this. Tufts trying to make their first Final Four in program history.
Jade Dawson's got the ball in his hands already. He's a great ball handler. Expect him to be carrying the ball a lot tonight.
Dawson. 10 on the shot clock for Green. He drives. George in the paint, met by Pileski. His shot is well short. Smith getting in the paint early, stripped, and it's off Smith's knee. Great strip by Jade Dawson.
Yeah, Smith had a lot of success driving to the hoop last night, but Amherst doing a nice job stripping the ball away there.
Dawson. McCarthy. And they swing it out to Green. He'll launch the three over Spataford, and he'll drain it.
Wow. Sweet shot from Connor Green. Just a veteran shot from the senior there.
Green, part of the 2013 National Championship team, not looking to end his career tonight. Haladina off the pick. Pileski. Turn around. Spataford, the tip in.
Wow. Great play from Ryan Spataford there. You know, he's not the tallest, he doesn't jump the highest, but he can sniff plays like that out.
McCarthy. Dawson goes into George. Bodying up. Fouled by Pileski, doesn't get the basket.
Yeah, Pileski's got to be careful there, Matt. Tufts needs him to play maximum minutes. If he's picking up silly fouls like that, he's got to be on the bench more, which is bad news for the Jumbos. There you see it. I mean, he got him with the body. Great play by, credit David George there for drawing the foul. He's a veteran player. He knows how to make plays like that, get a defender off balance.
George no good on the first.
You can hear this crowd resounding around Cousins Gymnasium. This is more of a D1 atmosphere here tonight, Matt. Really exciting to be a part of.
George, a 55% free throw shooter, only went 3 of 7 last night and now 0 of 2 in this game.
Yeah, part of a bad slump from the free throw line for Amherst. They talked about it last night's press conference. They got to be better.
Haladina works his way into the paint. Pileski with the offensive rebound. It is tipped off Amherst.
If you're a Jumbo fan, you're going to be wanting to see a lot from those two tonight. Haladina, Pileski playing a little two-man game there.
We saw Haladina get at it with the floaters in the paint last night, and he seemingly couldn't miss on those types of shots.
Yeah, it's been that kind of tournament for him.
Pileski in the post. Swings it out to Spataford, too fast for him. Might not have expected that pass.
I know, man. He's coming off of a dodgeball game or something. He just hurled that over to Ryan Spataford. Not surprised he couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I want him on my intramural dodgeball team now. He's chucking it. Dawson off the screen. Floats it up off the back of the rim. Dayton the other way in transition.
I like the way Tufts is running here. They love going in transition.
Pileski drains the three from the top of the key. Tufts on top by 2.
He is so hard to defend, Matt, because he can post you up on the block and hit shots from the outside as well as here's Smith with a takeaway.
Easy steal for Smith. He'll go up. Couldn't get the off-balance layup there.
Yeah, he's just careless at the rim, it looks like. He just got to take his time. Tufts had the 2-on-1 advantage.
McCarthy steps back from the free throw line, knocks it down. Johnny McCarthy emerging as a leading scorer potentially for this Amherst squad.
Yeah, you got that right. He filled up the stat sheet last night. Just had a clinical finish there.
Pileski working on George. Lefty hook. Haladina there, but George pulls in the board.
George is looking tough on defense tonight. I like the way he's playing down there, bodying up Pileski.
Racy, three-pointer is in and out, but Green's there for an easy layup.
That's why Amherst is so tough to defend, Matt. You got to be out on the perimeter and on the block.
Spataford from way out, rattles out.
Tufts taking some quick shots here early. I mean, their motto is "we out." They like to run in transition here, but if they can't hit shots, it's not a good game plan.
George hands off to Green. And the runner from the baseline doesn't go. Haladina out to Smith. Kicks it to Pileski. Can he make another? No, he cannot. Spataford, though, is fouled on the boards.
Look at him battling in there. The crowd loves it, Matt. Spataford is a real crowd pleaser tonight. Fighting for those boards. That's what you like to see as a coach.
You have to think the chemistry between the team captains there. Spataford just knows when Pileski's going to put up a shot so he can go for the rebound.
That's right. And this is Tufts' game plan here. Get it to Pileski in the block, but he's got a tough defender on him tonight.
Lefty hook again, no good. McCarthy with the board, so Pileski not getting it down low so far.
Patient, beautiful defense from George there. That's all you need. He didn't lose his balance. He didn't go for any fakes there. Nice job.
McCarthy. Again, spotting up from the free throw line.
Yeah, he's got a good mid-range shot, Matt. He can do that all night, just like in practice.
Smith thought about it. Spataford left open. He draws iron. Haladinez goes in and out, and George pulls in the board. Dawson left open from 3. Can't get it to go. He was 3 of 6 last night from deep.
Yeah, he was wide open on that look, Matt.
Pileski.
I think Pileski's 0 of 3 from short field goals tonight, Matt. David George doing an excellent job on him in the post.
Nice pass down to Haladinez. Gets the layup, asks for the and one with the contact.
Yeah, it looked like he could have been given it, but the ref doesn't blow the whistle. I like it when they let the boys play, Matt.
Racy now. Green guarded closely, a little too closely by Spataford. Didn't want to give up another 3 in his face again.
Johnny McCarthy hits a shot easily after the whistle blows. He's looking dangerous tonight, Matt. He's dialed in.
Yeah, sharpshooter for the purple and white. And we reach maybe a timeout here. 14-14 left in the first. Amherst with a minor 9-7 lead so far. We expect this one to be close anyways.
That's right. You know, Tufts has to stop Amherst on defense tonight, Matt. I got a little video, show the folks at home a little bit of my analysis. Tufts has 4 guards. They're able to switch on defense very easily. See, this is a first-round game. You can see Haladinez and Spataford able to switch on defense. They're communicating non-verbally here. And then one more switch on the same play. Tariq Smith and Spataford, they're just so versatile, these Tufts guards. And here's one more switch on the same play. Look how Tufts defenders not even moving very much on the play. Tufts ended up getting a turnover. They're able to go on and win that game. It was closer than they expected, though, against Southern Vermont after Vinny Pace went down in the first few minutes.
Yeah, the closest result of this tournament so far, 3 games for the Jumbos.
Yeah.
Amherst experienced a similar 2-point victory in the first round. In fact, all NESCAC teams had 2-point games in that first round. Trinity coming up on the short end.
Yeah, Tufts needs to continue to use versatility on defense. When Pileski's out there, all the other players are sort of can swap on defense. They're sort of similar defenders.
Ben Engvall and Drew Mattson in the game as Green launches a 3, and it's rebounded by Haladinez.
That one's from way out there. A little heat check for Green.
Pileski and Spataford to the bench for the Jumbos as Dayton dribbles off his knee.
That's sort of a funny play there from Dayton. Just move it a little too fast. You know, that can happen in big games, Matt. You start racing a little bit, start rushing your play. Dayton's a young player, though. I think he'll get his legs under him soon.
See how Mattson can guard George. McCarthy left open. That's short. But Green's there for the offensive rebound. Layup and one. Connor Green.
Tough play inside from the senior. Able to rip that rebounder away from a couple of white shirts. Put it back in. Here's the replay. Just watch him working hard. I love the way the center he's playing tonight. Had launched that big 3 on the last possession and then come down. He's doing his work on the boards. I like what I'm seeing from him.
Eric Conklin and Reed Berman into the game for the purple and white. Green leading all scorers with 7 points, looking to make it 8.
See that 6.5 rebounds a game. He's not a big guy, Connor Green, but he sure has some fight in him. You saw that on the last play. Able to put that rebound back in for 2.
Amherst up by 5.
Got the 2 backup centers in the game right now, Conklin and Madsen. 2 serviceable backups.
Smith fouled by Berman. Just the second team foul on Amherst as Pileski checks back in for Madsen. And
looks like Michael Ryapel.
Yeah, McCarthy hitting the bench despite the hot hand early. Engvall goes up. It's taken away by Conklin.
Yeah, Engvall's not going to get too many easy shots in this game. Nice defense from the purple and white.
Racy, they go into Conklin. Layup no good, board for Pileski. Smith the other way. Spataford stripped away by Conklin. So some immediate defensive impact from Conklin here.
Yeah, doing a nice job on defense right now.
Riopel going for the reverse. It's knocked away by Pileski, and it'll go for the Jumbos.
Yeah, you can see him trying to use the basket as a shield there, thinking maybe Pileski isn't going to get a block in if I do a reverse layup, but quit that thinking right now. Pileski can block anything.
Jumbos getting a boost from their crowd here.
Yeah, they've been off the mark early here with their shooting.
Pileski down low, guarded by Green and Conklin. Stripped by Green. He'll shoot the baseline jumper. Gets a nice roll.
Amherst is playing really well on defense right now, Matt. They're not giving up anything easy on the inside. Tufts found it pretty easy to score at will against Johnson Wales last night. Not the same story here today.
Berman finds Conklin for an easy layup. Tufts right the other way. Engvall spins in the paint, fouled by Green.
Now, meanwhile, Tufts giving up some easy buckets on the other end. They're not blocking out as well as they did last night. And you see the deep bench for Amherst right now. Only a couple of their starters are in the game right now, but they're still able to do it on offense and defense. Just a testament to the lineup Hickson and rest of the purple and white have built. That's why they're in the running every year, Matt. They're such a great program.
And Haladina heads to the bench as freshman Ethan Feldman comes in. He's come off the bench in the tournament with some huge three-pointers for the Jumbos. And Engvall goes 0-2. Green can't get it to go.
Tufts looking to run, though, in transition. Amherst doing a nice job getting back on defense.
Smith kicks it to Feldman, corner three-pointer. He's fouled behind the line by Berman.
Yeah, Amherst knows Feldman's dangerous. He's been getting more playing time in this tournament, and he's hit a lot of key shots from three.
And we've got a media timeout here, so we'll go to our sideline reporter, Brad.
Thanks, Matt. So we know the last time these two schools met was in the NESCAC tournament this year in the semifinals, where Amherst won to go on to the finals. But the last time they actually met in the NCAA tournament was in 2006. This was the last time that Tufts was in the tournament, and Amherst won a thriller in overtime. Tufts held a 3-point lead with 18 seconds left, and Andrew Olson of the Lord Jeffs, then the Lord Jeffs, hit an off-balance three at the end of the game. Olson had a huge game for Amherst. He had 7 assists, and there's no video of the game, but I'm told that he was making some crazy no-look passes, getting the crowd pumped. So that was a crazy game, and there will actually be some members of the 2006 Tufts team that was in that NCAA tournament here in attendance today. I'm sure they're hoping that Tufts gets their revenge here on Amherst.
Yeah, so Tufts trailing by 5 early. 11:39 left. Elliot, what are your thoughts on what we've seen so far?
Well, I mean, like Brad said, these two teams have a lot of history. Tufts hasn't been in the tournament for a decade, and the last time they were knocked out by none other than the Amherst purple and white here. So, I mean, I've been seeing a really well-played game by both sides. I think Tufts looks a little slow here today. They've had a couple of turnovers. We saw Everett Dayton dribble the ball off his foot. Pileski's hasn't been hitting shots on the inside. The crowd hasn't really had anything to cheer about that much. We had one Pileski three, but I think Amherst is just playing the way they know how right now, closing Tufts out, although they're only up 4.
Ethan Feldman makes the first look easy. He's a 92.3% free throw shooter. Gets the second.
He's been a revelation for the Jumbos in the postseason here. Just a freshman, but he's been money from beyond the arc so far.
And he'll get all 3 easily.
Yeah, he just looks confident up there at the line right now. Something Amherst can't say for themselves, as I said. Missed 15 free throws last night against Babson.
Jumbos went 29 of 36 last night from the line. And Racy now working on Pileski. And finds, that was Riopel. He finds Racy down low, and Racy finishes with the hook.
Yeah, nice righty hook from Racy there. Feldman guarding him the post. I'm sure he doesn't have too many experiences in games like this.
Smith, step back three, rattles out.
Yeah, Smith still looked a little hesitant here today with the 3 ball, but no hesitation on that play. He just let it fire.
Conklin. Green in the paint. Off the glass and one. Tom Pileski picks up his second foul.
Basket by Connor Green is good.
Yeah, what a play for Amherst there. Green using his body to shield Pileski just enough. He knows he's got the shot blocker behind him there. Able to keep the ball just out of the reach of Pileski there, and he picks up his second foul, as you said. Madsen will check into the game. Frustrating play for the big senior. Here's the replay. Pileski just nudges him on the back. Easy call for the referee, and sort of a silly one. If you're going to foul him, you want to foul hard, and Pileski couldn't do it on that play.
Amherst lead up to 7 as Green goes to the bench. McCarthy back in.
Green's played really well so far, you can tell. He's got veteran leadership. He's played in games like this before. As you said, Matt, he was on that national championship team in 2013.
Spataford kicks out to Smith, but his pass is errant. Turnover by the Jumbos. And Everett Dayton and Haladina will come back in for Tufts.
Check in for the Jumbos, Everett Dayton and Stephen Haladina.
And Smith and Spataford to the bench. Connor Green already with 11 points on the bench now, but he is 4 of 7 from the field.
Tufts has been a little stagnant on offense so far, Matt. They haven't really been able to get into the paint. Pileski's 0 for 3 from the block. Their 3-point shooting's been a little off. Amherst doing a nice job on defense.
Yeah, Tufts on pace for only 24 points in this half. They average 85 a game as Conklin gets an and one.
Wow.
And Tufts missing Pileski down low right now.
Yeah, you can say that again. I mean, Ryan Madsen's a good defender. He did all he could on that one, but Conklin's just too good. I mean, we've talked about before the game Amherst deep bench, and here we've got the backup Conklin against the backup Madsen. The Amherst bench is winning that battle.
And Conklin stretches the lead to 10 right now, halfway through the first. Engvall dribbles into the paint. Madsen goes off the glass, can't get it to go, but a foul is called on Engvall.
Man, nothing going the Jumbo's way right now. Engvall finds himself at the right place at the right time. Let's see the foul here. Yeah, he gives a shove there to Johnny McCarthy. Easy call for the referee. Tough start to this game for Engvall. Tufts in a big hole here early, Matt.
Racy, they're trying to get it to Conklin on the mismatch down low, but a great play from Madsen.
Yeah, he's working hard down there on the block. It starts on defense if Tufts is going to get back into this game.
Haladina.
Who's going to score here for the Jumbos? Haladina really the only consistent scorer out there on the floor right now.
Dayton pulls up from 10 feet, no good. Racy with the rebound. Tufts struggling on offense.
This is a dangerous point in the game here for the Jumbos. Amherst is already up 10. They look poised to make another run.
Conklin can't finish over Feldman, but he gets the rebound, kicks it out, and no backcourt called, but McCarthy's pass ends up on the scorer's table.
Yeah, Tufts is lucky there. Saw Conklin working hard to pull down that rebound amongst 3 white shirts down there. Wasn't able to find his teammate, though.
I was more surprised that Conklin couldn't finish over Feldman, despite his finishes over Pileski and Madsen so far.
That's right. Well, he had 3 pesky Jumbos trying to tap the ball down there.
And a ticky-tack foul by Dawson.
Coach Hickson doesn't like that. He's pleading with the referee. Trying to plead his case for an offensive foul call there. Says he's using his elbow.
Dayton. Feldman now. Dayton spins in the paint, lays it off the glass. His tip-in won't go. Haladina gets it, He can't finish, but Dayton pulls it away. Feldman left open. Can't get the three-pointer. And that's Dawson on the board.
Yeah, it's just tough going on the offensive end right now for the Jumbos. You can tell every shot is contested.
Conklin down low, fouled by Feldman. He'll go to the line. That's the 17th foul on Tufts, so Amherst will be in the bonus the rest of the way.
Tufts foul on number 24, Ethan Feldman, his first.
Yeah, it's like there's quicksand on the offensive end for the Jumbos, and on the other end, Amherst is just riding high. It's their backups in there right now. I mean, if you told me that David George was dominating Ryan Madsen on the post, I'd believe you, but Conklin, the backup, I mean, that's just the way it's going to go tonight. I think Amherst comes out on top if Conklin's going to be scoring in the post for them all night. Tufts just has to stop fouling, I think.
Green comes in for Racy. So Spataford, Smith, and Pileski all on the bench. As I say that, Pileski and Smith get up to the scorer's table, and Conklin ups his total to 7 points on the night.
Yeah, this is risky, Matt. Tom Pileski's got 3 fouls, but Coach Bob Sheldon knows his team already down 12.
2 fouls with Pileski.
2 fouls, excuse me.
But still,
He's got to watch, make sure he doesn't get his third.
so Smith running the point now, goes immediately to Pileski. Smith thought about the 3. And a foul is called. Looks like it's on Conklin.
So the last time these two teams met in the gym, Matt, it was a runaway victory for the Jumbos. What are you seeing that's different in this game?
Well, really just no rhythm on offense for the Jumbos. It seems like Amherst has figured them out in terms of matchups.
Yeah, they're just playing good team defense right now. There's nowhere to move in the paint.
And that tips off Tufts. It'll be Amherst ball off the Pileski miss. Pileski now 2 of 7 from the field.
Yeah, it's interesting, Matt. Last night was just a back-and-forth affair with Johnson and Wales pressuring full court the entire game, trying to run in transition. Both teams scoring a lot of transition buckets. Totally the opposite game tonight. Amherst is playing the way they want to on both sides of the ball.
Certainly want to slow Tufts down, and Green launches the 3. Can't get it to go. That would have really blown the wheels off this one.
That's right. Would have made it a 15-point lead.
Instead, it's Hawadinha fouled on the floor, and he will go to the line for 1 and 1 off the foul by Riopel.
There's a timeout on the floor.
And we go to a media timeout here. 7:31 remaining. Amherst doubling up the Jumbos, 24-12. If you look at Hawadinha there, no shot, but he will go to the line.
Yeah,
Jumbos in bonus.
Yeah, he was, Haladinha was fouled on that play, but even that was a tough shot for him. And last night, of course, he was accustomed to getting easy looks at the basket, but Amherst doing a really nice job on defense tonight.
But we're accustomed to seeing runs in this tournament. Tufts had a significant double-digit lead last night, and Johnson and Wales came back. You see the score lines from those Sweet 16 matchups. Amherst Road coming with a 2-point victory over Husson, and then a 1-point win at against SUNY Cortland. Following it up with a bigger win last night. Unfortunately, Joey Flannery going down with an injury. Wasn't playing the same in the second half for Babson. And Tufts with a similar road in the first round. 2-point win over Southern Vermont, and then an 8-point win over Thoroughbreds from Skidmore.
Yeah, one key for the Jumbos is it's been a home court all the way. Of course, they never hosted an NCAA tournament game before, but they've hosted 4 so far, so it's good for the Jumbos. And here's the NCAA Division III rankings. You can see Amherst and Tufts highlighted there, as well as Alma and Benedictine, who are playing tonight. The winner of this game will face one of those two. Benedictine, of course, undefeated on the year. You see that, 27-0. Certainly no one wants to play them in the Final Four.
But at that point, pretty much everyone's good, so you gotta play someone.
Yeah, the thing that's great about marked basketball, Matt, is that everyone is, it doesn't matter what your ranking is, every team is just playing at the top of their game, as Tufts is, as we said last night. Haladinha and Tariq Smith having career highs. So all these teams are hot right now. It's just about who's hotter.
Dawson. And offensive foul called on Dawson for the push-off.
Yeah, it's getting a little chippy out there. Saw Dawson and Tariq Smith trading elbows. See on the replay here who's at fault. That call could have gone either way, frankly. Let's see if Tufts can use it to their advantage.
Smith left open, top of the key, three-pointer, goes!
That's something the crowd can cheer about, Matt. Let's see if they can get back into it, maybe energize their jumbos. Lead is cut to 7, excuse me.
McCarthy now. And Dayton slips. McCarthy can't take advantage with the three, but Riopel's there for the rebound. Goes up, layup is good. Michael Riopel coming off the bench. Put in 27 minutes last night. As Smith drives, stripped again by Dawson. And a foul's called on the floor here on Everett Dayton.
Yeah, Everett Dayton doesn't like the call, but pretty good foul there. If he doesn't foul, Amherst has a 2-on-1.
And Michael Riopel to the line for 1-1. Last night, in those 27 minutes, he was an efficient 4 of 7 from the field and 6 of 7 from the line, going for 14 points. See a very efficient free throw shooter at 82.6%.
Yeah, everyone on this Amherst team can contribute, Matt. We've got a deep bench, as I said. Starts with Connor Green, the senior. You can tell he's sort of a heady player tonight. He's been trying some long threes, I think an attempt to quiet this crowd, really take the air out of the building. He hasn't hit on them yet, but tell you what, the air is pretty much out of this building right now with just clinical defense being played by Amherst.
11-point lead for the purple and white. 4 straight points from Michael Riopel.
You see that help defense there? David George helping on the perimeter, but Amherst rotating around, not letting Pileski get the ball at the block.
Pileski long jumper rolls around and out. And Spataford is called for a foul. Looks like he just got the ball, but McCarthy will go to the line.
Wow, it's been that kind of game for Amherst. Everything going their way. Pileski left open. Another foul called on the Jumbos. They've got 9 already this half.
And that's Spataford's second personal. It'll be McCarthy at the line. Not a great free throw shooter. Of course, he came up with 2 immense free throws to give Amherst the win at the end of their first round game.
We've been seeing a lot of this view. Matt, Amherst shooting free throws tonight.
And McCarthy only a 63% shooter, and Spataford can't save it, so it'll be Amherst ball. Jumbo's not taking advantage of the miss on the front end of the 1-and-1.
Referees will talk about this one.
They're going to the official. I think they might be taking issue with some members of the crowd, possibly.
Seems like the case. Just whispered something to the PA announcer here.
Green gets by Pileski, hangs in the air, layup doesn't go, but he gets the tip in on the board.
Wonderful play by Connor Green there, slicing into the middle. Stays with it, misses the first shot, is able to tip it back in though. Boy, Amherst playing with poise tonight.
Green leading all scorers with 13 points. Pileski gets the foul. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, you got to say, Matt, right now Amherst is just playing a simple, patient game. They know how to, they've been here before, and Tufts hasn't. I think that's the big difference here. Even though Tufts has a few seniors, Pileski, Spataford, etc., they've never played in this kind of game before. I don't think Tufts has ever made it to the Elite Eight. Amherst, of course, seems like a perennial favorite to go to the Final Four. So all these guys have experience, and right now they're playing very calm, where Tufts seems a little sporadic.
And Racy returns to the game as Green goes to the bench with his second personal. Both teams with 9 team fouls as Pileski gets them both. Amherst lead cut to 11 right now. Riopel drives. No foul called. Pileski had his arms up.
Good defense by Pileski there. Would have been pretty devastating if he picked up his 3rd foul. Did a nice job keeping his arms straight up.
Seven on the shot clock for Smith. He goes to Pileski, turnaround, hook goes.
That's what Tufts needs to go to more, Matt. It's their bread and butter. Pileski in the post, then Haladina and others can slash into the lane. Great feed by Tariq Smith.
The Boo Birds are out here booing every Amherst possession, it seems like, as George is mismatched with Dayton. Kicks to Riopel. McCarthy left open in the corner, can't connect.
Got Tufts fans right now not very clever with the chants.
Haladinia draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Riopel with the foul.
Nice drive by Haladinia. See Tufts, you can see them taking a little initiative here on offense. Here's Coach Hickson arguing another call.
And you can see behind Coach Hickson a couple assistant coaches, including Aaron Toomey, class of 14 in Amherst with the red tie. He won the national title in 2013. He's Amherst's leading scorer all time with over 2,000 points. As Haladinia hits the first. The other man, big man, Kevin Hopkins, class of 08. He's in a purple tie on the Amherst sideline. He won the national title in 07 with Amherst. Shot 63%, averaging 10 points per game as a senior. Both coaching now with Amherst as Haladinia gets them both. So Tufts cutting the lead down to 7 for Amherst.
I would imagine purple tie is a very popular choice on the Amherst sideline, Matt.
4.5 left to go in the first. It's Dawson with the ball. George can't find McCarthy. He had him wide open. And George spins and called for a travel.
Yeah, George saw David George being a little hesitant on offense there. It looked like he had some open looks, but he wasn't willing to pull the trigger there. He's a good player. He's got to be scoring inside for Amherst. They're going to keep up this lead. Tufts is slowly cutting it. It's down to 7 now.
And he had found Jacob Nabatoff on the baseline, the junior, into the game now. Dayton pulls up, guarded by Racy. It's off the back of the iron, and Dawson pulls down the board.
Nice rebound by Dawson there. He is a point guard, but he can really get up.
Dawson from the elbow, drains it.
Money from Jade Dawson there. Ryan Madsen in his face, doesn't matter. Splash.
Smith quick the other way, kicks it. Haladinia, open three, is good.
Nice decision by Tariq Smith. He had 9 assists last night. Just one more there for the young man there. Knew not to put it up in the paint.
Racy left open, corner three, can't answer. And
uncharacteristic from him.
Smith slows it down a little. Dribbles in the paint, nice bounce pass, Haladinia. Shot doesn't go, might have been some contact.
I'd like to see Tariq Smith take that shot there. I know he's a diminutive player, but seemed like he had enough space.
Dawson. They kick to Racy, open three, hits it.
Yeah, he's not going to miss 2 in a row of those, Matt. He's a great three-point shooter. Makes Tufts pay on that one.
Smith, can he answer? Yes, he can.
Tariq Smith is a player who really rides on confidence. You can tell when he's got the crowd behind him, he's really confident, he's shooting well. Let's hope he can build some of that.
Smith, 2 of 3 from behind the arc. McCarthy now. George in the low post, guarded by Madsen. Righty hook is well short. Madsen with the board.
Madsen lucky to not be called for a foul there. Seemed to be slapping the arms there. Tufts will call timeout.
So 2 minutes remaining on the dot. Amherst with a 35-29 lead over the Jumbos. Look at the stats right now. Pileski and Haladinia, who else leading the way for the Jumbos right now with 9 apiece. And Tom Pileski just scored his 1,000th career point for the Jumbos. It's his 4th year academically, but his 3rd year in terms of athletic eligibility, so he'll be back to add to that total next year too.
That's right, he sat out his sophomore year after having open heart surgery. Actually an inspiring story, Matt. For those of you who don't know, Tom Pileski was the NESCAC Rookie of the Year his freshman year after a breakout season. But then it was discovered that he might have a congenital heart condition similar to that Len Bias had. He thought he would never play again, but he went in for surgery. And doctors looked at his heart, said he was fine, and now he's back playing better than ever. And here he is with Stephen Haladina, fellow senior, who, as we said, had a career high last night, Matt.
Yeah, so they've been playing all 4 years together. Of course, Pileski missing that one big year after being the NESCAC Rookie of the Year, but he's back at it, leading the NESCAC in blocks per game, nearly 4 per game, which is more than quite a few teams, actually. And make sure you tweet at us, at Tufts JumboCast. We're going to have a halftime show here, so you can tweet us your comments or questions on the game. Looking forward to the Final Four.
That's right. We'll be analyzing the game here, so any questions you have for our analysts, shoot them at Tufts JumboCast.
Pileski working on Conklin, who's into the game now. Gets the jump shot to go.
He's dangerous with the left hand, Matt, especially working against the backup Conklin.
11 points now for Pileski. And an alley-oop toss to McCarthy. Gets the layup to go from Berman.
Yeah, you can tell Amherst drew that one up at the timeout. Nice play call from Dave Hickson.
Smith the other way. They go to Pileski. Lefty hook. Rattles out. McCarthy the board.
I like that shot choice, though, Matt. Pileski backing down Conklin.
McCarthy kicks it out to Berman. Berman only averages 16 minutes per game, but he averages 4 assists, which leads Amherst. Conklin hands off to Nabatoff. Conklin down low. 3 on the shot clock. He's strong on the glass.
Yeah, not many offensive weapons out there for Amherst right now, at least traditional offensive weapons. Of course, we've seen Racy hit from outside, but not many other starters in the game right now.
Smith in the paint, off the glass, can't get the basket, but he'll go to the line. 35 seconds left. Tariq Smith going for the 2-for-1 here at the end of the half.
Yeah, Amherst's lead cut to 6 here. We'll see the replay of Tariq Smith going to the hole. Just is able to draw the contact from Conklin there. See if he can put in the foul shots. Be big if Tufts could cut this lead. Could be down to as much as 4 with these 2 free throws here.
And Smith with the intelligent play to go for the 2-for-1. That's when, under a minute, if you go to the basket with over 30 seconds left, you'll be guaranteed another possession so long as you can get a defensive rebound, because Amherst will have to get a shot off before the buzzer. I used to not be a fan of it, but the math certainly supports it for getting the extra possession.
Yeah, these mathematicians telling our basketball players how to play, Matt. I'm not so sure about it.
Yeah, first we saw analytics take over baseball, but it's really moving into the basketball scene now. And to see the graphic there, make sure you tweet your questions to us. It won't be us on the halftime show, but
it'll be our sideline reporter Brad Schussel will be hosting an interesting halftime show. We have the founder of JumboCast actually going to be on for the halftime show. He's also the PA announcer here at the game. Steve Clay will be joining us at halftime with Brad Schussel, so tweet your questions at Tufts JumboCast.
Smith looking to make it a 5-point game, and does. He shoots over 80% from the line.
So as bad of a first half as it's been for Tufts, to be only down 5 at this point, maybe 4, it's pretty good for them, especially with this home crowd. You'd think at home with the crowd on their side, they could be able to go on a big run.
Berman leads the point the other way. 5-second difference between the shot and game clocks for Amherst. McCarthy kicks it. Nabatoff, open 3, connects.
Sweet shot from Nabatoff there. Doesn't get a lot of playing time, but I guess he's making it count.
10 left for Smith. Got some room in the paint. It's swatted, but he's fouled by George.
That's a costly foul. George in there. Only 3 seconds left. He picks up another foul.
Amherst foul on number 15, David George. His first.
And clear body contact with the hip there. It's only George's first, but Smith, again, a deadly free throw shooter.
Yeah, smart play from Tariq Smith. He knew he was probably going to get the shot blocked, but he's able to draw the contact.
Good on the first, up to 9 points now for the junior. 3 of 3 from the line. And Smith gets them all, so 5-point game now, 3 seconds left. Berman throws up the half quarter. It looks close. It's off the glass and no good.
Yeah,
so
dangerous. Looks like Amherst could have got the rebound there, but a great first half for the purple and white. You got to say, Matt, they were absolutely stalwart on defense, stopping the Jumbos. Looks like it's going to be a good second half, though.
Yeah, so make sure you tweet at us at Tufts JumboCast and join us for the halftime show. Amherst 40, Tufts 35 at half.
Welcome to the JumboCast halftime show. I'm Brad Schussel. I'm joined today by a very special guest. This is Steve Clay. He is a Tufts alum, class of 1990, and he is the founder of JumboCast. So we all appreciate everything he's done. He's the reason we're here today. And Steve, what is it like being back here and seeing what the club that you founded has evolved into?
Well, it's pretty amazing, and I have to give you guys all the credit in the world. You guys have done such an amazing job in the last couple of years. And to walk into Cousins tonight and see I'm going to use the technical terms because I love those, but to see the parabolic mic and to see, all the cameras all over the place, it's awesome, and you guys deserve all the credit in the world. My hat is off to Jake and all that you guys have done to make this just a phenomenal experience.
Well,
for
thank
everybody.
you, and once again, we wouldn't be here without you. We've seen a great game today, and this has been, really, frankly, a great season for Tufts men's basketball, one of the best that they've ever had. So where does this season, this run, this team, where does that fit in the history of Tufts men's basketball?
Well, so now here's where I pull out the, when I was a kid, I had to walk to school uphill 5 miles both ways in the snow type of stories. I've been fortunate enough to be watching Tufts men's basketball since 1986. Watching Tufts men's basketball long enough when the court was actually going the other way.
Absolutely.
And, so many great nights throughout the 80s and the 90s, and somebody, a couple of people last night said, boy, that's the loudest I've ever heard, Cousins. And I said, well, you should have seen it with, 15 more rows of seats on each side and 1,000 more people in it. There were so many glory days when you go all the way back. I mean, God, Bob Cousy and Tom Heinsohn played on this floor for Holy Cross in the
Bob
50s.
Cousy.
So
Incredible.
But, it's really a historic season for the Jumbos, on the cusp, on the verge of possibly going to their first national semifinal. I still don't think the NCAA wants us to officially call it the Final Four, but it's been an amazing run. And I have to say, last night, this whole weekend, but especially last night, the electricity in here was just unbelievable.
Absolutely.
It was phenomenal.
Last night, maybe even today, they may have broken the record, but it was the most crowded that Cousins has been all season.
Yeah.
I don't know in how long. We actually have a tweet here. It's from Peter Cobb. He says, at Tufts JumboCast, tough start with a lot of unforced errors and Pileski in foul trouble. Think they missed Vinny Pace? Well, what do you think?
Well, that's my disadvantage of not really having been able to see them all season, but they certainly did come out, looking a little nervous. Their first chance to have we'll shorten the term, an Elite Eight game here on their own court. Certainly they came out with some jitters. They're a team that depends on hitting a lot of outside shots.
Absolutely.
And if they don't do that, being able to get the ball inside and work it to Pileski, and the outside shots weren't falling, and Amherst has a lot of size inside to counter effect Pileski. So a tough start for them. The fact that they're able to get back to within 5 is pretty miraculous on their
Absolutely.
part.
They should feel very lucky for that. And Vincent Pace is a sophomore guard. He's a great three-point shooter. In the last game these teams played in the NESCAC semifinals, he had 33 points. So I'm sure they're missing his scoring. So we have another tweet. B. Webby says, Tufts JumboCast, what adjustments can Tufts make to get the ball to Pileski down low more efficiently, or can Tufts win if they can? What do you think, Steve?
Well, they can win if they start hitting, the threes like they were draining them last night.
Absolutely.
And we saw a little bit of that right near the end of the first half where they started to connect a little bit. And you did remember last night when they were going this way, the other way in the second half, their shooting was a lot better at that basket than in the first half. So
hopefully for Tufts it's the same, hopefully.
Yeah, so if they can, Amherst is big and they're good. They've got a couple of good big guys. George is really effective for them. And he's, he may not have the bulk of Tom Pileski, but he's got a lot of size. It's tough for them. They're going to have to try and keep getting it into him. But the problem is he can't really use a lot of his size and strength to muscle. He's playing with 2 fouls. That's always an issue for him, being in foul trouble. So hopefully for the Jumbos, they can get the threes going, and that'll relax everything. That'll bring everything outside, relax the inside a little bit more.
One more tweet here. Coach Jerem says, credit due. Big shout out to Tufts JumboCast, the best live stream broadcast in NCAA D3. Really enjoying watching Tufts versus Amherst. Well, thank you so much, Coach Jerem.
It is, and I gotta say,
this is why we do it.
If we're gonna leave it on this, and I don't even get to tell my Bob Shelton story, but if we're gonna leave it on this, then I do watch a lot of other D3 webcasts, and I'm a little bit biased, but I mean the job that you guys do. not just the video stuff, but the quality of the announcing. You guys really have all, and that's been a Tufts tradition for the last, 15, 20 years is, passionate sports journalism kids, whether it's writing or now announcing, just knowing what they're doing and really being able to do a terrific job at doing it.
Absolutely. We have a halftime show. How many broadcasts have a halftime show?
I agree with Coach. These guys do an awesome job.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your tweet. And we're going to get back to the game soon.
Right.
Thank you so much for tuning into the halftime show. Yes.
Going back, or can I quickly tell my Bob Sheldon story?
Right.
His first game in 1988, just hired. He had more hair, young guy, ready to take over the world, his first head coaching job. He comes out for the first game. Everybody's like, what's this new guy going to be like? The officials walk over to the table, look at the books, turn around, come out to midcourt, and go bang, bang, bang. 3 technicals for the wrong uniform numbers in the scorebook. Before Bob Sheldon had even coached a second at Tufts, he was down 3-0.
Oh my God! 3 technicals.
And look where he's come. So I tell a story about Bob all the time.
That is incredible. I have to ask: did he still wear his sleeves like that, halfway rolled up his forearm?
Yeah. Well, he's got pretty short arms. So I don't know what's going on with those sleeves.
All right. Well, thank you so much,
You're
Steve.
welcome.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everything you've done for this club, and thank you for tuning in, everyone at home, to the halftime show. And we'll be back with the 7th half soon. Thank you.
Welcome back to Cousins Gymnasium. Second half about to get underway. Tufts 35, Amherst 40. We've seen some great inside scoring from the purple and white tonight, Elliot.
That's exactly right. They've been doing it on both ends. They've dominated the paint. That was my key to the game for Tufts, but Amherst is definitely winning on that front. We've seen it on defense. They're clogging the paint. Pileski's 4 of 10 from the field in the first half. Hasn't been able to convert. But some other big stats I've seen: bench points. Amherst 14 bench points, Tufts only 3. Amherst 9 second chance points to Tufts 2. And then Amherst 11 points off turnovers, Tufts 3. So you ask me, Matt, I think Tufts is lucky to only be down 5 at this point. But credit Amherst for playing excellent defense in the first half and playing within themselves on offense.
Jumbos escaping with some efficient three-point shooting, 4 of 9 from deep for the Jumbos in the first half. Underway here, it's Smith with a bounce pass out to Spataford. Lays it up high off the glass. It's rebounded by Green.
That's what I'm saying. You see 3 black shirts right near the hoop for Spataford. He had to really reach for that shot.
Green swatted out of bounds by Pileski.
Man, oh man.
And he's yelling at Spataford for missing an assignment on defense there. Both teams in their starting lineups.
Watch Pileski swat this one out of the way. Had 7 blocks last night, only 1 in the first half, but Tufts needs more of that to get the crowd energized, if nothing else. But Green answering there. Just a clinical finish from him.
Falling away as he hits the layup. Amherst lead up to 7.
Green seems like one of those guys who'd be a tough matchup in pickup basketball. You know, he's sort of a smaller guy. He doesn't look like a great athlete, but you can get him out there. He just knows how to move his body, using the angles, reaching balls away from defenders. Just a competitor.
Smith, Spataford, David George picked up the foul there. That's his second personal. Pulaski with the great up fake, lays it in.
Pulaski trying to pump up this crowd. Great up fake from him, as you said, Matt. That's where he can hurt you because he can hit those threes. He's 1 for 2 in the first half from three-point land.
McCarthy. 10 on the shot clock for Dawson. Pulls up. And the long rebound goes to Haladina.
Great hustle by Stephen Haladina tracking that one down. Tufts crowd getting into it here. Let's see if they can inject a little energy into their team. Still down 5 here.
Smith pulls up. And that's a brick on the right side of the rim. Rebound, George. And George with a layup past Pulaski. Has to be careful on defense with 2 fouls.
Yeah, that was good defense from Pulaski there. Good job not getting a foul, but staying within himself, and a great finish there from David George. Got to credit him.
Pulaski banging with George. One-hand pass out to Spataford. The 3 doesn't go. Spataford cannot get into a shooting groove. 2 points on the night for the senior.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for him. We saw him hitting from distance in warm-ups.
And a foul on the floor called on Haladina.
Pulaski's got to be careful. He had a couple of blocks. Here's our PA announcer and our halftime host. I wish he was a ghost, and we'd prove to all you JumboCast viewers that ghosts are alive here at Tufts.
And the rebound there to Spataford. Haladina from the corner hits it. 4-point game.
He's been deadly from distance in the NCAA tournament so far, trying to get this team riled up here. Tufts cuts the lead to 4. Tufts is bound to hit one of those threes, Matt, if they keep taking them. They're confident three-point shooters.
McCarthy with the crossover. The 3 can't go, but George is there with the rebound past Dayton.
Baby. Connor Green doing work in the post. Saw a tough shot there from number 10 on the perimeter, but Green, the senior, doing work inside.
Green with 15 now, and a foul by Jeff Racy.
See what I mean? Green he's not a super tall guy, doesn't have long arms, but he just outworks you in the post. He's able to pull down rebounds like that and finish. That's what makes him such a great D3 player.
Ben Engvall replacing Ryan Spataford.
Here's Coach Bob Sheldon on the sideline. Saw him flexing his comedic muscles in the press conference yesterday. He's a funny guy.
Pulaski with the fadeaway. Back to a 4-point game.
Pulaski seems like a man on a mission here coming out of halftime, Matt. You have to say he's looking for his shot here. He's going to get the team back into it any way he knows how.
George dribbling in the post, off the glass. Rolls out. Racy the board. Tie up. It'll be Amherst ball.
A quick tie-up call there from the referee. Haladina just doing enough to get his hands in there. Nice post move from David George, you have to say. Almost went in.
George working on Pulaski. And got him to go up. Might have been a foul by Pulaski, but he strips it away from Racy off the offensive rebound. Dayton hands to Haladina, long 3. Goes as he falls away. Haladina asking for the and one.
And this crowd finally getting what they want, Matt. This place is turning into the zoo. Right now we see the floating Haladina head there. These fans are loving it.
1-point game, Amherst 46, Tufts 45. Which NESCAC team will represent the conference in the Final Four? And we've got a foul on the floor.
Yeah, Tariq Smith with a little hold there. We'll go to a media timeout.
So 16 minutes left. That's Tariq Smith's first foul, second on the team.
beginning of this game, Matt, I went over some of my keys to the game here. We're going to check back in with some of those. For Amherst, I said convert free throws. They did an excellent job of that in the first half, 7 of 10 from the line. Using their depth, again, great play from them. We saw Jacob Nabatoff, Conklin, Reed Berman, Riopel getting into the act. These are all non-starters. As I said, Amherst 14 bench points to Tufts 3. And, of course, winning the three-point battle. I think that one's a toss-up. Tufts just hit a couple of big threes here, but certainly Amherst has firepower from deep as well.
Yeah,
and for Tufts.
Purple Void 3 of 14 now from beyond the arc.
3 of 14. That's right. That's a little low percentage. I think coaching staff for Amherst will want to do better there. Tufts dominating the paint. I don't think they dominated the paint near at all in the first half. Amherst doing a nice job clogging the middle, taking care of the ball. Not so great either. They had 7 turnovers in the first half and putting on a show. They're starting to do that a little bit here. The crowd's getting into it after a couple of threes from Haladina. Pileski doing work on the inside. They've certainly put on a show. I've certainly enjoyed being here with you, Matt, and all of you at home. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast.
Green off the inbound. 3 doesn't go, and rebound is saved by Dawson. It'll go to Green again. In the paint, he's fouled. Basket won't go, but he'll go to the line. And a note on the points in the paint. Tufts have only hit 7 twos tonight.
Yeah, it's a low output from them. Look at the hustle by the purple and white here. And then Connor Green putting up a sort of a broken play shot there. Just getting to the hole, knowing he's going to get fouled.
And Green now 3 of 3 from the line tonight.
He's got a sweet shot, Matt. Watch how he flicks the wrist. You kids at home want to be as good as Connor Green someday. Try to get some backspin on the ball here. Watch the rotation on this shot. Perfect.
3-point game now, still 1 possession here. Haladina off the screen, pulls up from 12 feet. That rattles out. Engvall tips the board. Dayton gets to Haladina. And he's blocked by Green, but they'll call foul.
Haladina's feeling it right now, Matt. You can see he's got a different look in his eyes. He knows he can score right now after hitting 2 straight threes. He's going to go to the charity stripe.
That's Connor Green's 3rd personal foul with 15 and a half remaining. Both teams with 3 fouls here in the second half.
Michael Riopel coming to the game now.
Haladina hits the first, now 5 of 5 from the free throw line. And Green heads back to the bench. 17 points for the senior. No other Amherst players in double figures tonight. And Haladina rattles that out. He's up to 16 points now.
Yeah, it's interesting because yesterday's game against Babson, Green didn't do much scoring. It was the Amherst supporting cast who did so, but it's been a lot of Connor Green tonight.
McCarthy off the screen, and he passes to David George, but he wasn't looking at all on the pick and roll.
This is the speed of game Tufts likes. They like to get out and run here. But Amherst doing a nice job forcing them into the half-court set.
Smith kicks, Engvall corner 3, hits it. Tufts with a 1-point lead.
The crowd finally erupting. Here's the Jumbos take the lead by 1. Amherst trying to slowly walk the ball up the court. Maybe let this crowd simmer down, but the fans are going to let them have it.
George looking for someone. He'll work with McCarthy again. Miscommunication on the last possession as McCarthy almost loses it. 5 on the shot clock. Riopel open 3 from the top of the key, gets it to go. Amherst up by 2.
Wow, cool as a cucumber. Michael Riopel from the outside. Doing what Amherst does best, silences the crowd.
Smith, bounce pass, Engvall hits Haladina. 3-pointer is short. They get it up to McCarthy. He dribbles it off his leg. Turnover again by the sophomore.
Man, oh man. Crowd is loving that one.
So first we saw McCarthy with the error on the pick and roll with George, not finding the big man, and now we see him squander a easy bucket.
That's right, getting some stickum on the sideline. Put a little sticky stuff on his fingers there. Sticky stuff.
Dayton in the corner, goes down to Pileski. Guarded by Conklin. Lefty hook, connects, tie game.
Pileski knows he can hit those. Just an easy shot for him with the left.
McCarthy pulls up, top of the key three, rattles out. Who will get the rebound? They'll go to the floor. It'll be a jump ball. Tufts possession. Spataford and Conklin putting it all out on the line.
Yeah, that's what you like to see if you're a fan of basketball. Look at these guys scrapping for the ball. Man, you can really tell that this is a win-or-go-home game here, Matt. No one wanted to let go of that. I can guarantee you if you're fighting for a rebound with Ryan Spataford, you're not going to take it away from him.
.13.5 left in this Elite Eight matchup, tied at 51. Dayton to Smith, and Pileski goes down hard in the paint. Smith, Spataford on the rebound.
And one.
And one.
Man, oh man. The Jumbos are feeling it here at home right now. Tariq Smith lets a three fly, but Ryan Spataford, right place at the right time. He's going to the line for an extra one. Timeout on the floor.
Looked like a missed box out from Reed Berman as he heads to the bench in favor of Dawson. And Pileski, we saw him go down hard in the paint there. He goes to the bench momentarily. Looks like he's okay. Spataford trying to make it a three-point lead for the Jumbo, something they have not had tonight. And he gets it.
Amherst will be happy. Tom Pileski's on the sideline here. Ryan Madsen, certainly not the defensive presence. Conklin has made him pay tonight.
Dawson goes to Conklin, excuse me, and he's fouled by Dayton going up.
Tufts foul on number 4, Everett Dayton, his second.
That's Dayton's second. Both teams with 4 fouls now in the half. Conklin is 3 of 3 from the line tonight, but he's only a 67% shooter from the line for the season.
I like the way he's played tonight, Matt. You can tell he can do it with the left, do it with the right. He's sort of a good plug-and-play guy. He's not going to light up the stat sheet, but good on defense and offense. Great guy to have on your bench. Just a solid player. He's not going to turn the ball over.
Conklin a perfect 5 of 5 tonight from the line.
That's what you need from your bench players, Matt. They got to make the easy plays.
And Coach Sheldon gets Pileski back up. He'll return to the game with the next break. Smith left open off the pick. Rattles out the three. Dawson whips a pass to Conklin. Can't handle it, too fast.
As Pileski and Haladino will come back into the game, the two seniors who've been playing remarkably over this tournament run. Fans have come to know and love them during this NCAA tournament appearance, and we hope you have too at home following us on Tufts JumboCast. Thanks for joining us here again tonight. Once again, I'm Alec Cobb alongside Matt Massey-Phelps. It's been a wonderful night here to be in Cousins Gymnasium on the hardwood.
And it's hot. Everyone's sweating in this gym. And Conklin called for the foul off the pick. That's the 15th foul, so both teams nearing the bonus here.
Yeah, we learned last night, Matt, Cousins Gymnasium is built in 1932. I would imagine the ventilation systems haven't been updated much since then, and they maybe have the heat turned up to winter temperatures here because it is toasty.
And Conklin returns to the bench with his third foul. George back in. Of course, Cousins renovated in 2009 to change the direction of the court. That renovation made it a full length, so Tufts can now host NCAA tournament games as Dayton gets in the paint. No good on the layup. Haladina pulls in the board, though. Pileski kicks it out. Haladina. Jumbo still with 20 on the shot clock. Engvall finds his way in. Layup and the foul. Ben Engvall, the sophomore.
Look at Zach Roswald and the rest of the Tufts bench. They're loving this tournament run here. Ben Engvall, look at him using his body to avoid the shot blocker, George. It's always fun watching the benches in NCAA tournament action, that they really get into it. These teams are so tightly knit. They've spent so much time together in the weight room, waking up early, going to practices. These guys love each other, even if they don't get in the game very much.
Engvall can't complete the three-point play, and Riopel comes away with the board, but he loses it on the pass. Spataford gets it, and there's a foul on the floor. So Ryan Spataford saving the ball off the steal.
Should be a 1-and-1 here. I think that'll be Amherst's second foul.
Look at the replay. Riopel passed it off Dayton's face.
I think Everett Dayton was able to poke the ball away there. You can just tell Tufts sees there's blood in the water right now. They're swimming around. It's a feeding frenzy for them. They got the crowd behind them. All the momentum's in their favor right now. They built a three-point lead here.
Spataford hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Amherst with 7 fouls on Riopel's third personal.
I think this is where the home field advantage is huge for Tufts. They were down early in this game, sort of a frustrating first half, but now the crowd's behind them. They've picked up their confidence again. That maybe isn't something that would happen if they were playing on the road.
Jumbos with a 5-point lead, 10-point advantage in the second half for Tufts. George kicks it out.
Not looking to shoot there. See if he puts on a move in the post.
And gets the layup past Pileski.
He's such a weapon on the inside. I'd like to see the purple and white use him more.
Engvall and one again. He crashes into the wall.
Deja vu for George. They're going up for the shot block. Engvall slices past him for the lay-in. Watch him here. George taps down on his arm. Engvall's able to finish over by our cameraman Charlie there.
And more importantly, David George has picked up his 4th personal foul for Amherst. The foul trouble really hitting the purple and white hard. You're seeing these Tufts fans turning up. They're getting down in the DM here tonight.
That's right. We go down to Brad Schussel now, our sideline correspondent. Brad, what are you seeing down there?
Hey, thanks, guys. This crowd is electric. This is a crazy game. A 5-point game here, absolutely insane. The winner of this game will go on to play the winner of Benedictine and Alma. Now, as you guys said before, Benedictine is the 2 seed in this half of the bracket. Alma is the 13th seed. So both teams are higher than Amherst, the 15th seed, and Tufts the 20th seed. But it's still a huge favorite for Benedictine. Benedictine has had a great season. They play in the North American Collegiate Conference, and they had a 29-0 season until tonight. We have no update on the score yet, but that is a huge game. And if Benedictine does win, they're going to whoever wins this game is going to have a very formidable opponent in the Final Four. Yeah, now these teams, we're going to see how they do get out tonight. Remember, keep sending in your tweets. We'll answer them in the second half. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, thanks, Brad.
Quick score update. Thank you, Brad. For the sideline report, Benedictine up 13-6 early over Alma, about 8 minutes into the first half there.
You know, Benedictine, as Brad said, having an undefeated season so far, but at this point in the tournament, you got to believe doesn't matter what the rest of the season has looked like for both these teams. They're all on hot streaks right now. Every game is a tough game, as we've seen thus far.
And a horn goes off. They'll let him play. Engvall not happy there, missing the free throw. With the horn going off, so
yeah, sort of confusing. I'm not sure what happened on that one.
Surprised they didn't let him retake it, but nonetheless, we continue. Tufts 60, Amherst 55 as Riopel gets in the paint. Tries to go high off the glass, but it's Engvall with the rebound.
Nice challenge from Pileski. Couldn't get the block. Was able to affect the shot as we see Jay Dawson fall. Tariq Smith with the finish.
So Dawson slipping up as he backtracked, and Smith, as you said, smelling blood in the water there, found the hole. 11 minutes to go. Tufts up by 7. Huge swing in the momentum here, but McCarthy brings it back with a three-pointer.
Dagger from McCarthy there. Just a swish from the sophomore. Beautiful shot from the number 10 from the outside.
He had been 0 of 5 on the night from deep, but he's starting to light it up. 9 points now.
What a huge shot.
Great pass from Pileski. Haladinha cutting on the baseline.
When you're a post man, you always want to receive the ball and look opposite for cutters. Awesome job by Pileski going back to the fundamentals there. Great cut from Haladinha.
Yeah, backdoor getting past Riopel. 11 against 11 there. McCarthy kicks it out. McCarthy from 16 feet gets it to go again. Sophomore bringing Amherst back into this one. And Amherst will call timeout.
Yeah, man, oh man. What kind of game is this shaping up to be, Matt? Love being here with you. I think the Tufts crowd is having a blast here. They don't go to many basketball games, but as we said, this is the first Elite Eight appearance for Tufts, and the only year they've ever hosted, so these Tufts fans are enjoying it, as am you and I, and we hope you're enjoying yourselves at home watching us on Tufts JumboCast.
Yeah, of course, the NESCAC team's proving to the rest of the D3 nation that NESCAC has something to say here, putting on an entertaining game. Of course, 2 NESCAC teams making it to the Elite Eight in this bracket. No NESCAC teams are in other portions of the tournament here. We got a tweet from Alex Arthur 25. The production value of JumboCast has been incredible the last 2 days. Quite a step up from previous years. Well done, Bows. We appreciate that. And, you know, the reason we do it is just for viewers. We know you guys are all around the country and maybe can't make it to Medford for all the games. But we want to make sure you get the best experience at home watching the Jumbos play. And in this case, Amherst as well. We love our NESCAC neighbors, and we love to be able to put on a great show.
That's right. Thanks all of you for watching. We're just a couple of college students. We have so much fun doing this, so we're glad that you guys are at home enjoying this. I'd like to give a shout out to our director, Jake Hellman. He gets here early every day, putting the broadcast together. Everything you're seeing is due to his hard work and all the crew. So thanks for sending in those congratulatory tweets. We have fun doing it.
Jake, our producer, he's a senior. This is his last career basketball game. Incredible, but it sure is a thriller. Halfway through the second half, Tufts 64, Amherst 60. Haladina inlets to Pileski, whips it out to Spataford. McCarthy on the floor, but Spataford can't take advantage. Offensive rebound, and the Jumbos will reset.
See how Amherst clogged the paint after that Spataford offensive rebound. Did a nice job forcing the pass there.
Smith pulls up. Rebound, Berman. And they get it to Conklin real quick. Running the floor, the big man gets an easy basket. 2-point game now.
Yeah, Pileski's got to get back on defense there. Great run by Conklin.
Pileski, turnaround. Engvall there, lays it in.
Nice offensive board there from number 0. Just being in the right place at the right time with the easy putback.
Engvall with 9 points now, 4 of 4 from the field. Conklin left open again, but can't finish.
Pileski's looking a little sluggish. I don't know, he's got to mark better.
Green with the rebound in the 3, 1-point game.
Man, you can tell this guy's been in these kind of situations before. Connor Green knows when to hit. Beautiful shot from the senior.
Haladina drives, throws a floater, falling away, can't get it. Pileski pulls in the board, but his foot was on the line.
Yeah, Haladina doesn't like the call. He thought he kind of got bumped on that last one, but Amherst has been playing tough inside all day. Wonderful defense there from Michael Riopel. Was close to getting the foul called. Even with the backups in, Matt, Amherst is a formidable defender. The purple and white doing a nice job. They're very well coached.
Madsen and Dayton back into the game, replacing Spataford and Pileski as McCarthy launches and Haladina pulls in the board.
Strong rebound from Haladina there.
So Tufts going smaller. Haladina in the paint. Can't get it to go. McCarthy with the rebound and a foul on Madsen.
Yeah, you see Michael Riopel working hard on the glass. He was doing it on both ends earlier. He's strong with the ball.
That's Madsen's second. That's Tufts' 5th foul. And a Noop pass to McCarthy again, but it's stolen away. And they'll call a kick ball on Tufts. Oh, nope. We've got a tripping. I'm not sure what we have.
I think it was a kick ball there on Eric Conklin.
So it'll be Tufts' ball here. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 7:53 remaining.
See the coaching staff for the Jumbos. Bob Sheldon, Matt Malone, and some fans. Standing room only here in Cousins Gymnasium. Matt, it's a fun place to be right now. There's an absolute zoo in here. It's hot. People are loving it. We've got, as Brad Schussel told us earlier in the game, standing room only. People are crowding the court. It's kind of like a Rucker Park game down there.
And now we can confirm that the Amherst women will be in the Final Four, joining Tufts. Amherst with a blowout 78-50 win over Rochester. Out over in Amherst, Mass. And Amherst would be hosting this sectional if it were not for the women actually hosting their sectional. But so the Tufts men benefiting off that. So the Tufts men should give a shout out to the Amherst women out there.
That's right.
And we'll come out Tufts with a 66-65 lead, 7:53 to go. Amherst in foul trouble. David George, of course, with 4 personals. Connor Green with 3. Conklin and Riopel also with 3.
Yeah, Conklin needs to watch himself here.
And Berman with 3.
Yeah, he and David George, Amherst, 2 main big men. They can't have both of them in foul trouble here. Look for Tufts to get it inside to Pileski. That's their bread and butter right now.
And gets out of the double team. Haladina left open, top of the key. 3 is short, but Engvall's there for the board, and he steps on the line. So
good hustle from Engvall. Too bad he stepped on the line there. But you saw Pileski, as soon as he gets the ball in the post, Amherst is forced to double team. Left Steven Haladina open. He can hit that shot. That's good offense for the Jumbos.
2 offensive rebounds in a row, nullified by Inches stepping on the baseline. It's Green now, working on Pileski. He's fouled and 1. Connor Green giving Amherst the lead.
Connor Green's putting on a clinic right now, Matt. He just has a look in his eye. You can tell he's going to score. Watch him here. He's got his eyes on the hoop. Doesn't matter who's guarding him. The best shot blocker on the Eastern Seaboard Division III right now, Tom Pileski. Doesn't matter. Connor Green putting it in off the glass. He's been doing it all night, and for his entire career, too. The senior with an illustrious career for the Purple and White.
Can't complete the 3-point play, and it's Dayton with the board. Pileski has picked up his 3rd personal. He was trying to pass it off to Dayton. And Berman with the steal, pickpocketing Dayton. Green pulls up over Engvall.
Heat check.
Pileski the board.
He's taken a couple of those long threes tonight. Hasn't made any
Smith
of them.
in the lane, can't get it to go, but it'll go to the line.
He's shifty down there, Tariq Smith. He's not the biggest guy, but he can finish with the left and the right. He's great at drawing fouls, as we've seen, and a pretty good free throw shooter as well.
And that's Conklin's fourth, so both big men, the 5 spot, have 4 fouls for Amherst.
Yeah, let's see if Amherst goes deep into their bench. 7 minutes remaining. I don't know if, let's see, they're going to David George here. He comes to the scorers table.
Smith hits on the first. Now 5 of 5 from the line with 13 points in the game, the junior.
If you're Tufts right now, get it to Pileski inside. David George is going to have to be playing conservatively. He doesn't want a 5th foul, obviously. So look for Tufts to do that on the other end.
Smith gets them both, 14 points now. And Tufts up by 1, under 7 minutes left.
Connor Green's been awfully assertive on the offensive end. Look for him to try to get his shot on this possession.
Riopel spins, fouled on the floor by Smith. And Riopel will go to the line for 1 and 1. Tufts' 17th foul, Smith's 2nd personal.
That's his 2nd and the team's 7th.
And Spadaford checks back into the game for Ben Engvall.
See the referee toweling off the ball there. It's, can imagine it's getting pretty sweaty. As we said, Jim's pretty hot tonight. That ball needs to be toweled off.
Hits the front end. And just looking at the score sheet, it's the expected scorers for both teams. No surprises. Haladina leading the way with 18 for Tufts. Pileski with 17. Smith with 14. And it's Connor Green leading the way with 22 points for Amherst as Riopel hits the 2nd.
Again, the key stat right now is Eric Conklin and David George both with 4 fouls for Amherst. Look for Tufts to get it to Pileski inside right now. They try to screen for him here, but heads up play by Berman, knowing they're trying to go inside. He's able to tip the ball away. That's the man, number 12, who had the steal from Tariq Smith on the last possession. Again, watch the battle between Pileski and George down low here.
They go to him right away. Double team comes from Green. It's swatted away, and Riopel gets the steal.
Yeah, nice double team from Amherst.
Berman kicks to McCarthy. Green, long 3. He chases down his own rebound, and it goes out for Tufts.
Yeah, Green's looking for a shot right now. He's a veteran player. He knows he needs to step up and score right now. His team has a tenuous 1-point lead on the road. Man, oh man, this is just shaping up to be a great finish to this game, Matt. It's great being here with you. Tufts and Amherst, two longtime foes. As Brad Schussel mentioned, our sideline correspondent, these two teams met 10 years ago. The last time Tufts was in the tournament, as that pass goes wide. It'll be Amherst ball.
Amherst ball.
In that game, in Amherst, Massachusetts, as Brad was saying, Amherst tied the game up with a last-second 3 at the buzzer. Ended up winning that game at home, going on to the Final Four. Tufts wouldn't see the tournament until this year. That was in 2006.
Berman finds George. Lays it in over Pileski.
Just a great move from George. He took his time. If you're a big man, you got to be patient. It's all about body positioning. Just found a few inches to create his shot.
Haladinha, the floater in the lane, rolls in. 1-point game again.
He's been getting those kind of rolls this tournament, Matt. Berman not looking to shoot here. More of a distributor. He's got 4 assists per game for the purple and white.
Riopel on Haladinha. Finds George. And McCarthy tips the rebound out of bounds.
That's a good shot from George there. I know the Amherst coaching staff will like that. It's a high percentage look. Didn't go in this time, but keep looking to him in the post.
Pileski, baseline jumper. Dayton tips out the rebound. Spataford, corner 3. It's long. And Haladinha tips it out. Points to Riopel, but it'll go for Amherst.
It was out on one of the number 11s. I'm not sure who. See if we can see it again here as Spataford tries the corner tray. I don't know. I would have called that out on Tufts myself. Hard to see from here, though.
Berman.
If you're Tariq Smith right now, you're guarding Reed Berman. He's not going to shoot the basketball. You want to get into the middle of the lane and help.
Riopel slips, finds George. 10 on the shot clock for Berman. Riopel, the 3 is short, but George is there for the layup and gets it to roll.
I like the way David George is working on the inside right now. 4 minutes remaining. He knows it's crunch time. He's been in these kind of games before.
George moves into double figures with 10 points on 5 of 10. Pileski, corner 3, answers, tie game!
Tom Pileski answers back, the other senior right now for the Tufts Jumbos. Doesn't want his season to end. He's yelling at the referee, saying he's got a wet spot on the floor. Pileski very animated about that wet spot. Doesn't want any more injuries, rightfully so. You can feel the emotion in the building right now. These two opponents.
And with that stoppage in play, we'll get a media timeout, the under 4 timeout here. 3:46 remaining, all square at 73 points. Connor Green, could this be his last game in his career?
Well, he certainly is trying everything in his power to make it not so. He's had a wonderful game tonight, as he said, 22 points for the senior. He's doing it all. He just has a nose for the ball. He knows how to get to the rim, and he can shoot from the outside as well.
Put up a season high 39 earlier in December against Babson. Of course, only 4 points last night against the Beavers for Green, but the rest of his team making up for it. And we got a tweet here from Fletcher Walters watching Tufts JumboCast, reminiscing about the hashtag Amherst class of 08 intro to the NESCAC and Cousins and the shot against the Jumbos. I'll have to brush up on my NESCAC basketball history, but
he's talking about the 2006 game with the shot.
Yeah.
When Olsen hit an off-balance three-pointer at the end of the game. And then Ziggy in DC says, great broadcast. I played for Tufts basketball early 80s. Big TU win over Uppsala in 82. Rocked Cousins. Hanging from the rafters, hashtag. Well, fans today might be hanging from the rafters if the fire marshal hadn't capped the attendance today at around 1,500. I know last night there were a lot more fans in here sort of milling about. They couldn't find a place to see the actual court, Matt. So I think tonight Tufts crackdown on security only let a certain amount of fans in.
It's McCarthy at the top of the key, guarded by Dayton. 10 on the shot clock for Riopel. Lays it off to George. Swatted by Pileski, but it's a foul on Engvall.
Yeah, lucky break for Tufts there. Tom Pileski came in with a violent swat. He's lucky he didn't get the foul on that one. We saw Pileski sort of do that in the second half against Johnson and Wales. Sort of go for the full arm volleyball swat at some of these blocks.
David George 0 for 2 tonight from the line. Makes the first. He's only a 54% free throw shooter on the year.
Now that one looked easy. Why doesn't he just do that? Pretty smooth shot there from number 15.
And if I knew how, I'd be on the court myself. And 1 for 4 now for George, but he gives Amherst that all-important lead.
It's going back and forth here in the second half. I like what I'm seeing from these two teams, Matt. It's going to be a barn burner here.
Tufts looking to go inside with Pileski. But they can only work it around the perimeter, and Dayton's pass can't reach him. Turnover by the Jumbos.
Yeah, Dayton getting a little ahead of himself there. The Amherst bench will like that.
Berman lobs it into George. Green guarded by Haladinha. Layup and one, Connor Green.
Goodness gracious, Matt, it's uncanny. Connor Green can finish from any angle, any side. Doesn't matter if Tom Pileski's trying to block the shot. Look at him go up with the left. 2 defenders on him. He can't even be looking at the rim from that angle, can he, Matt? But he just has a sixth sense for it. What a stellar player.
He's been in the gym so long, he knows where it is. Connor Green getting up to 25 points, leading all scorers in this game. 2:40 left. Amherst 77, Tufts 73.
Yeah, Amherst had a 3-point lead. They got a 4-point lead now. Pileski, of course, tied the game with a 3-pointer a couple of minutes ago. Tufts will need a similar play here. They want to tie this game. They got it to that big man on the inside with Green double teaming.
Well, he's off the glass. It rolls out for Pileski, but the rebound is off Green, and it'll stay with Tufts.
See what Tufts does off this inbound play. Haladinha's been hot from three-point land, although he hasn't put one up recently. Engvall's made a tray.
It was tough to see from that angle, but Connor Green laid his body out there to try to save that ball off the rebound.
Yeah, this senior wants to leave it all on the court tonight. It's great to see that kind of hustle.
9 of 19 shooting, 5 of 6 from the line for the senior. Smith gets it into Pileski. Double team comes. Blocked by George. And Tufts will press here. But it's Berman the other way.
He's not really going to finish at the rim there. Berman more of a distributor. Great block by George. Let's go back to that. Tom Pileski getting a little bit of his own medicine there on the offensive end.
Berman off the glass. Gets it to go. 3-possession game now.
Man, oh man, I spoke too soon. Berman with a nice finish as Tariq Smith falls down, loses the basketball.
And this one is coming undone for the Jumbos. Riopel the other way. Gets the layup to go. No foul, but it's an 8-point game. Minute 33 left. And the Jumbos need baskets.
Tufts not choosing to call a timeout here. They need a quick bucket.
Haladinha, and he turns it over. No foul called there for Haladinha. And Tufts might want to consider fouling.
Foul David George if you're Tufts here.
They'll play it out. 17 left on the shot clock.
Jumbos need a stop here, Matt. It's already a 3-possession game.
McCarthy looking to end it. Gets it.
Goodness gracious. Is that the nail in the coffin, Matt? What a dagger there from Johnny McCarthy.
Dayton corner 3. Can't answer. Pileski gets the rebound. It's tipped around, and it's an Amherst ball. 39 seconds left, and Amherst can smell it. They're on their way to Salem, Virginia.
Man, oh man, they've punched their ticket with that shot. Goodness gracious, Johnny McCarthy. It's a bad shot, Matt. It's a fadeaway 3 from the right wing. But the And we're back, folks. Sorry we lost power there for a second. In the meantime, Tufts missed a tray, then had to foul. Connor McCarthy's on the line. He just hit his first free throw, and Tufts suddenly finds himself down 13, Matt.
And they'll need some prayers here. Under 30 seconds now. Feldman with the ball. Engvall launches. Can't get it off the glass, and at this point, Amherst might dribble it out.
Yeah, Tufts choosing not to foul here, and the Amherst purple and white. You see Coach Dave Hickson high-fiving some of his coaches there. They're going back to the Final Four, Matt. What an exciting time for this team.
A great performance from Connor Green, putting up 25 points tonight, and Amherst will advance to the Final Four. A great run from the Tufts Jumbos, making their way to the Elite Eight, but they come up short late. Amherst with a huge run at the end of the game.
Yeah, man, oh man.
Congratulations to the Tufts University Jumbos.
And join us coming up for a trophy presentation for both teams. Amherst, of course, going to the Final Four. They'll be receiving a congratulatory trophy here. Most of the Tufts fans will file out, but we'll stay here. We'll be broadcasting the Amherst purple and white trophy presentation, so stay with us here. And then we'll also be covering the post-game press conference with Coach Dave Hickson and some of his star players. Man, if you're Dave Hickson, you got to put Connor Green, the senior, out there on the press conference. He's one of your MVPs for the game. But a great all-around team performance from the purple and white tonight.
A note here in the final 3 minutes, 58 seconds. Amherst with a score of 13, Tufts with a score of 0. Tom Pileski tied it up with a corner three to make it 73 apiece. But Amherst went on a run from there. After that, David George hit a free throw. Connor Green scored an and one, and from there, Amherst just piled it on.
Yeah, of course, folks, again, we apologize for losing power there with about a minute remaining. Tufts had just started to foul Amherst after missing a couple of desperation three-pointers. Again, we apologize for losing power, but we're back with you now. We'll be with you for the trophy presentation as well as the post-game press conference with the Amherst purple and white. Coach Dave Hickson and his players, Matt, have to be ecstatic. Of course, Amherst expects this. They expect to make it to the Final Four. They were ranked number 3 nationally at the beginning of the season after suffering a couple of losses. As you're seeing now, Connor Green,
and Tufts Director of Athletics, John Morris.
President Tony Monaco for Tufts President Tony Monaco, and some NCAA officials now, along with David George out there.
Also, Ben Pollock, the senior, not able to play, but Pollock and Green taking home the sectional title, and they'll have another shot at a championship together.
That's right, their freshman year they won the title down in Atlanta. They got to play in the Atlanta Hawks Stadium, Matt. I saw a couple of photos from that game, and here's the Tufts Jumbos, Coach Sheldon and his boys falling here today in their Elite Eight matchup. As see some frustrated expressions. Of course, Vincent Pace there on crutches, couldn't be playing with them. They're Tufts' leading scorer, averaging 17 points a game for them this entire season. Went down with a knee injury, but boy, this Tufts team, they played valiantly throughout the playoffs. Ryan Spadaford, Tariq Smith, and others stepped up.
Yeah, and of course, Stephen Haladina averaging 24 in the first 3 games. Tonight, impressive again, putting up 20 points. Pileski joining him with 20, and Smith finishing with 14, but for Amherst, 5 guys in double figures, Conklin and George with 11, Riopel with 12, McCarthy with 15, including the dagger 3 from the corner, and who else but Connor Green had not really done too much early in this tournament. You see him cutting the net down there. He put up 25 points tonight on 9 of 19 shooting, 2 of 7 from 3, and 5 of 6 from the line with 6 boards.
Yeah, you said that key stat there, Matt, 5 purple and white players in double figures. Similar to one of the previous matchups this year, Amherst had 6 players in double figures. They're able to replicate that success tonight. There just wasn't enough in the tank for the Jumbos. Amherst too strong across the board. I'm going to highlight the great game from Eric Conklin, 11 points today, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Just a really solid performance from him on defense and offense, doing it all for the purple and white.
And it's really a story of closing the game out here. Of course, a 13-0 run to finish the game after being tied at 73 with under 4 minutes to go.
This man, David George, had a big hand in that. Came in with 4 fouls, but put in a couple of key buckets late, had a fantastic block of Tom Pileski with a few minutes remaining. I got to tell you, Matt, I attribute this. There we are. Hey, folks, thanks for joining us. Elliot Cobb here alongside Matt Massey Phelps. Thanks for joining us here on Tufts JumboCast. I think the experience of this Amherst team, Matt, really let them make that 13-0 run at the end of the game. They stayed calm, and they knew what it took to finish out a game. Yeah,
and it was really Connor Green on the offensive end for the purple and white, but a team effort on the other end of the court. Really great team defense to stop Tufts in those final 4 minutes. As you see, Reed Berman had a couple clutch steals towards the end of the game.
Yeah, and a wonderful finish with the left hand. I was saying that the Tufts should lay off of him, maybe not guard him, provide more help defense. Next thing you know, he's slashing into the lane with a wonderful teardrop finish off the glass.
Only 2 points for Berman, but they came at no more important of a time. As you see, Jeff Racy, the junior.
Of course, the wonderful three-point shooter for the purple and white here. The purple, black, and white, perhaps. Sort of a funny tradition, Matt, cutting down the nets. You have any idea where that comes from?
I don't, actually, but.
Interesting. Well, what do we know? We're just the commentators. We just say what's going on. We can tell you definitively that they are cutting down the nets. You want to ask us why? I got no idea, folks. You can Wikipedia that one at home. Maybe open up a new tab on your browser here, but don't leave. Tufts JumboCast, we're going to be here with you for the cutting down the nets, as well as the post-game press conference. I know you purple and white fans and basketball fans in general want to hear what Coach Dave Hickson and the rest of his players have to say. Wonderful performance for them on the road here today. Once again, they fell hard to Tufts just about a month ago in this gym. It was sort of all Tufts all the way through the game, but Amherst fell short. But today they were just the better team.
And Amherst will go to Virginia looking to capture their 3rd NCAA title in 10 years under Coach Hickson. Of course, winning in 2007 and 2013. And an update from the other game. Benedictine with commanding 44-25 lead over Alma at the half. So Amherst will most likely have to face Benedictine in the semifinal.
The undefeated team from Illinois. Don't know anything about them besides that, but gosh, that's a pretty good first line on your resume for a tournament team. As we see Jade Dawson cutting down the nets here. Had a bigger role in last night's game against Babson. He's having a little trouble here with the net. Seems to be taking a big piece of the net. I don't know who allowed that. He's taking a pretty big piece of cake there for himself. Suppose he's earned it, the point guard.
Starter minutes, they get more pieces.
Oh, perhaps.
And Johnny McCarthy, of course, hitting that fadeaway corner 3 at the end of the game.
Who could forget? That was insane. What a shot. I mean, the confidence it takes to make a shot like that at the end of the game. It was such a pivotal point in the game, too. Tufts, of course, let the shot clock wind down before number 10 took that wild shot at the end of the game. It increased the lead, I think, to double digits, and Amherst didn't look back from there.
McCarthy out of Medfield, Mass. Rival town of my high school, but it's great to see a local product come up big for his team just as a sophomore. And that's Michael Riopel. He and Eric Conklin, certainly and Reed Berman, you could say, all sixth men for this Amherst program. A deep bench for the purple and white.
Yeah, all 3 of those bench players played great today. For the Tufts Jumbos, I can't really say the same thing. I think Edward Dayton put in some strong minutes. Engvall, of course, had those 2 and 1 layups that provided Tufts on their big run, but they just couldn't keep up the momentum. Amherst was too strong, Matt. I just think they were consistently played well throughout the game. Tufts was a little out of sorts at the beginning of the contest, and then, of course, they had all the confidence in the world starting in the second half, but sort of little too all over the place to beat this confident and consistent Amherst team.
Yeah, look at the overall stats. Possession battle, very similar. Tufts getting 65 shots to Amherst 66. 10 turnovers for the purple and white, 15 for Tufts, but Tufts making up for that with 4 more offensive rebounds than Amherst. The real difference coming in shooting percentage. Amherst for the game, 47% from the field. Tufts only 35%.
Yeah, the stat I'm looking at here, Matt, is that Amherst finished the game with 86 points and Tufts finished with 73. I'm pretty sure that the NCAA rules dictate that the team that with leading in that stat category moves on to the next round. So good for Amherst checking the rule book before this one.
So we'll see if Connor Green can keep leading his team further here. They'll have quite the challenge coming up next weekend, and they'll have quite the road trip as well.
Salem, Virginia. Always fun going on team trips. I think these purple and white players will enjoy going down there. Hopefully some of their families can make the trip to see them play Benedictine or Alma. Although it'll probably be the undefeated Benedictine team, barring an Alma comeback.
And a look at Salem, Virginia. It's sort of in the central western part of the state, near West Virginia, so not the easiest to get to. That'll be double-digit hours and on the bus.
I did a road trip through there once. It's a nice part of the country, Matt. They can go visit Thomas Jefferson's house, Monticello.
Ooh,
wonderful tourist
Salem.
attraction. Yeah, hey, win or lose, if you're going to Monticello, you're having a good time. I don't care who you are. Just a wonderful museum. Thomas Jefferson, an amazing man. Invented the dumbwaiter. Don't think he knew much about basketball, though, as we see Dave Hickson, head coach of this Amherst purple and white team, cutting down the nets like he's done so many times over his career, his 39 years at Amherst. Doing it again. This one's for the fans, he says.
And I believe that's 766 wins now.
Goodness
for Coach
gracious.
Hickson.
That wouldn't fit on our scoreboard. Well, he does it with class. He does it with humor. I saw him in the press conference the other day. Made a couple of wisecracks. I like to see that in a coach. He's having fun with his guys. This is D3, Matt. None of these guys are going pro. It's all about having fun with your teammates and just having fun competing and going to practice every day. I know all these guys on both teams, Tufts and Amherst alike, just such a close-knit group. And as we see them lining up for a team photo here. All right, yeah, turn it around towards our cameras, boys. There it is. Take a screenshot on your computers at home, folks. If you have a Mac, it's Command Shift 3 for a full screen. Command Shift 4, you can sort of choose the width and height. I would recommend that one. For PC, maybe Function Print Screen.
Yeah, mine uses the function key. Some just have a direct print screen button.
Breaking news, folks. On Samsung laptops, you have to hit the function key if you want to do a print screen, as it's called. We're Mac and Windows OS experts here. So tweet at us if you have any tech questions while we're still in the air. Although I don't know if the broadcasters who had their power go out in the middle of the fourth quarter of their biggest game should be giving tech advice.
Yeah, we apologize for that. Something just went wrong. Someone might have bumped a power strip button, but
Maybe an angry Jumbos fan.
yeah.
Our director's telling us that we recovered surprisingly fast. We're sort of an agile broadcasting team, we like to think. So thanks for sticking with us here. If you're still watching, congratulations. You're a real trooper. You're a diehard Amherst fan, or you're a Tufts fan who just can't let go. And in that case, we encourage you to go to the fridge, make yourself a nice sandwich, call your grandmother, do something. I mean, gosh. Don't wallow in your sorrows. Maybe some ice cream, chocolate.
And, you know, for Tufts fans, they still have the women's team. So
That's exactly right. If you're a Tufts fan,
the success of the men's team is just gravy at this point.
it's gravy. That's exactly right, man. That's some kind of youth slang that the kids are using these days.
Anything extra is gravy. But Tufts athletics as a whole, with a sort of a renaissance in their performances. Of course, the women's team making their third consecutive Final Four in basketball. We've had titles recently back-to-back for both men's lacrosse and women's softball. They're looking to go for the three-peat this year.
As far as Amherst athletics, I'm not as well versed, but I can imagine that they're very successful based on their reputation. Of course, the basketball team we know has a storied history. winning the championship a couple of years ago, and 2013, 2007. Coach Dave Hickson. Now Amherst is going for the other nets. Good for them. Why not? We don't need them. Just take them down. Once you cut one piece off the net, though, you got to cut the whole thing. Can't just crack open a soda and then leave it out. You gotta finish it here. Make it count.
And unlike most D3 conferences, the NESCAC brings in multiple national champions every single year. If you just look at their website right now on nescac.com, you can find the championship link right next to the sports tab. For this season alone.
And again, opening a new tab for a Mac, I believe that's Command T and Control T on a PC. But Matt, continue.
And this year alone, the NESCAC bringing home championships in field hockey, women's cross country, and men's and women's soccer. Amherst capturing the men's soccer title. Last year, a very successful year for the Jumbos, bringing home titles in men's soccer, men's lax, and women's softball, as we said. But overall last year, 8 titles overall for the CAC. And before that, in 2013-14, Amherst brought home the men's tennis title, and Tufts brought home, again, men's lax and women's softball. And, of course, looking back at 2012-13, that was men's basketball team winning it for Amherst. Tufts capturing softball and field hockey.
That's right. If you're interested, we can send you a spreadsheet maybe with all this information. There'll be 2 or 3 columns, and we can insert some comments or something. Of course, you'll need Microsoft Excel or Apple Pages, maybe Google Docs if you're into that, and if you're into the whole cloud thing, which I am. If you're not on that boat, I'd recommend it. It's really great. Share it with your friends. As we see the second net getting torn down by an especially tall man in a suit who I only assume has a long history with this Amherst team. I hope he got on the court with that impressive height.
Indeed he did. That is Kevin Hopkins' class of 08. He won the 2007 national title for Amherst. Had a very high blocking average and field goal percentage from the court.
I would bet he had some good performances in this gym. Although it would have been the old Cousins where the basketball court was oriented in the 90 degrees in the opposite direction. The court was orthogonal to how it is today, if you will, for any math whizzes at home.
Yeah, a little bit short, too. So that must have been nice for him. The big frame running down the court must be nice, a fewer feet.
That's right. He cut down the nets in his time as well, as you said, as we see some Amherst fans milling about here.
And I think I was looking at his accolades. If I remember correctly, I think he only had 8 losses in his career or something around that. I know.
Well, send him over to my house on board game night. Maybe we can put a dent in that that average there. Checkers, Chinese checkers, doesn't matter. I'll beat him.
And the other assistant coach we mentioned, who's a previous champion for Amherst, Aaron Toomey, he, I believe, only had 12 losses in his career. So those guys, you mentioned these guys don't go pro, and that's true for 99.99% of D3 athletes. But those two actually had brief stints in Europe. Toomey went to Spain briefly and had an injury.
Just as a vacation, or
go to Ibiza? No, but he briefly played in Spain. Career cut short quickly by an injury, but he's back coaching. As you look at Amherst cutting down the banners now, taking home a little trophy. And Hopkins actually played for a little while in Germany with another Amherst player too. So Amherst, of course, not playing in the NBA, but getting a little bank on the side.
No, but there's been, I know Stephen Hauschka, NFL kicker, played for Middlebury on the football team. So there have been some D3 athletes who've gone pro, even in the NESCAC. So,
yeah, 2 Tufts lacrosse players getting drafted in the collegiate draft recently in the MLL. Connor Helfrich, the face-off specialist, drafted by the Outlaws, and John Upgren.
The Denver Outlaws, my hometown.
Yeah, and John Upgren getting drafted right here by the Boston Cannons, the attackman. He actually had, I believe, 8 points today. Or in the previous guy, I forget which was. But he really racks up his points. So
that's amazing for him and the Boston Cannons. Maybe we'll do one of their games today. Again, keep sending us those tweets if we get some more congratulatory ones. Maybe the MLL will be calling our number. We can go out there, do a couple of games. Remember, folks, we'll be staying with you for the press conference after this game. Dave Hickson, Shirley, Connor Green, maybe Jade Dawson. I know he did the press conference last night. Some of these Amherst star players. Be hearing from them. And so stay with us on Tufts JumboCast. We'll bring you all the action from the press conference.
And we got a tweet here. You guys put together the best broadcast hashtag D3H has ever seen. Fantastic work. Thank you, D3 Hoops. Hats off to the purple and white. Indeed, back for another Final Four. Any surprise there? Not too surprising for my end.
Certainly not. Now, you expect that from Amherst these days. Just a powerhouse in D3. I'm not sure how they do it. I think it's just tradition, man. You can't, of course, hand out scholarships in D3, although Coach Bob Sheldon of the Jumbos was joking about that last night when asked during the press conference about Tariq Smith's play. He said, well, he's a great player. That's why we gave him a scholarship. He said with a wry smile, jokingly, of course. But Amherst, it's all about tradition for them, I think. Just building a strong program. You get the best kids when they know that that they're gonna be in a successful program every year. And man, these players, they just have such a deep bench, and they know how to win. As we got another tweet here.
Yeah,
Rem Dog says, what's up with the net cutting at the end of the Amherst game?
That's actually our cameraman, Remy Lamoth. Yeah, no, that's just a tradition in basketball. When you win a tournament like that, of course, the sectional being counted as such, you just cut down the net, give you a little souvenir from the game. You can't really take the game ball. There's not enough of those to go around like in baseball, but yeah, just a little souvenir. You can't really take up the court either.
No, you could, though, if you brought out some sort of hatchet. But I don't think Amherst wants to do that. They're a NESCAC friend, as we said. But, yeah, Remy, when usually I was told today, actually, that when a basketball team, when two teams play, they score points, and then whichever one has the most at the end is given a win. And then if you're playing a tournament, they, of course, go on to the next round, and they let them cut down the nets for some reason, which I'm not sure of. But, again, stay with us for the press conference coverage. If there's some nets in the press room, I bet they'll be cutting them down in there. Because it just looks like a lot of fun. I got to say, Matt, I might go home, set up a net above my front door, maybe cut it down a little bit.
And a PSA to all friends of Elliot Cobb, if you have any nets that you don't want to be ruined, get them out of his way, because he's about to cut them.
I'm going to come to your house, cut down your nets. Let's see if you've got the nets, or maybe if you still have, like, mistletoe up from Christmas, I'll come cut that down. I'm a maniac with scissors tonight, Matt. It's going to be a fun time.
If you're looking for a manicure and you got fingernails too long, Elliot's looking to cut them.
I'll cut those down, maybe if I get carried away. Although maybe I am carried away already. Who knows?
If you're going to the bar tonight and there's a big line, Elliot's going to cut that too.
Our director's telling us we have to wrap it up, but I'm going to refuse and just keep giving you folks the entertainment you deserve here on Tufts JumboCast. No, that I'm joking, of course. But, again, thanks for joining us here on JumboCast. From all of us, remember to stay with us for the press conference. We'd love to hear from these purple and white players. They played so hard tonight. But that's it from Cousins Gym. We'll meet you in the press room in a few minutes.
4 banquet. So why don't we do those first, Mike? Mike's going to ask them here. If you want me to, you probably can't read your chicken scratch.
I just gotta.
Why don't I start by just doing a introduction. Repeats themselves.
Hang in there. Put somebody else here.
Does he want to come in? You gonna come in?
Are you good to go?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna sound the player. What's
So
your
hold
name?
on, I'm gonna read like a little. I'm doing a YouTube video that I gotta send
Oh,
back
okay,
to
sure.
Amherst, so I'm gonna
All right.
read a little bit of a introduction.
Okay.
We're here with members of the Amherst College men's basketball team, which defeated Tufts 86-73 tonight in the quarterfinal round of the NCAA Division III championship to advance to the Final Four. We have Coach Hickson and Senior Connor Green. Coach, could you give us some general comments on the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely a game of runs, and you know, we had ours and they had theirs. It went back and forth, and they took a run, and I thought they went up 5, could have been 6, okay, but right in that area. And then, you know, thankfully for us, from our point of view, we made the last run, and it was a heck of a run. I tell you, that last I don't know exactly whether it was 2 minutes and what that we just really ran. So that was the difference in the game. Great teams, two really good teams. I have the most certainly respect for the Tufts program. I actually recruited 3 or 4 of those kids myself, and they chose here. And so, you know, like Ryan Spatterford was in tears after, and I don't blame him. And it was a wonderful effort he had in a great 4 years. But he and Tom Pleshy, you know, those guys, I think the world of them. I mean, it's almost like they played for me. And so when we beat them down in the NESCAC semifinal, I grabbed one of them and I said, guys, you're in, because they thought they were out, and they were in, and so we talked about that a little bit tonight. And so there's a lot of great relationships out there, and so hard-fought battle, 2 good teams, 2 great bunch of kids.
Game was tied 73-73, and then almost like a cyclone, you guys went on your run, 12-0, whatever the run was. Connor, what happened out there sort of in that decisive run?
Well, first off, we kind of just talked to each other and we were like, hold our composure, stay together, get good shots, don't force anything. And we really came together. We picked up the energy a little bit. We were getting a little deflated with them going on some runs, and us struggling a little bit, missing some shots. We just stayed together, continued to get good looks, boxed out, got boards. We really just played hard and finished out the game. And sometimes we struggled in that aspect throughout the year, but we really came together and just played a good hard last, few minutes, 3 minutes or whatever it was, and it was really great.
Connor, for you personally, you know, yesterday maybe not as productive as you used to tonight. Certainly 25 points. Tell us a little bit about your own game tonight.
Well, I think tonight, a lot of the better games I have shooting from the field, I get to the hoop first and then kind of bring it down and shoot some threes. Although I didn't shoot great from 3 today, I wasn't forcing anything, and I think I might have, in games past where I've struggled a little bit, I forced some shots, not taking great looks. I thought we really ran our offense, got great looks, and I got some good looks, so just going hard to the basket, trying to keep pressure on Tom Pleshy because we want to get him foul trouble. He's an awesome player. And yeah, I really think going downhill, getting good looks was the key to just having a better shooting night than last night.
Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 Final Fours in the last 4 years now, 7 overall?
Yeah, actually, I'm trying to forget one of them.
You won it in 2014. Talk a little bit about the legacy of the program.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. We're a good family. We have great supporters outside of the basketball. I've been there for 4 years, 39 now, I guess. And so I've never left, actually. So 45 years, counting as a player and as an assistant. So we built this great family, and I don't pay much attention to results. And someone told me the other day what we've done, and I was like, really? You know, and so it's like, it's this thing, but they pass it on. Each generation of players seems to keep passing it on. And this group, again, we talked about this last night, and Connor wasn't up here, but, you know, we go back to, you know, the NESCAC beating Tufts by 3, losing to Middlebury in a close one, winning by 1, winning by 2, winning by 1, and then again tonight. So I just think it's they know how to win. They trust each other, as Connor was saying, and this group is real. We started the whole year. We went to Italy this summer. We were fortunate to do that. First time I've done that, and it really bonded us, and we've grown since. And so the program, I'm really proud of it. I really don't remember a lot of it until I think about it, but it's exciting.
Connor, you've been before. What's it going to take to be successful at the Final Four?
Like I was talking about before, it's just confidence in each other, composure, just staying together, and really focusing on getting good looks. Really just playing as a team. When we play as a team, we try not to play meat basketball. We really get great looks, and we play great basketball. So I think that's the big focus. We just got to bring the energy. Sometimes we come up flat, and we really need to bring it right from the tip and just keep that energy going all 40 minutes, no lapses. I think that's the key, just keeping the energy up, playing together, just working hard. Sometimes when we've struggled throughout the years, kind of been lapses like on an effort, mentally, stuff like that. We just got to kind of get rid of those kind of mistakes and just really, play hard.
Other questions?
Okay, my turn. Okay, Connor, tell me what it would mean to you personally to win a whole championship.
Oh man, it would be incredible. I mean, I did it my freshman year, but that was kind of riding the coattails of some really great players from the past. But this year I'm a senior, it's my last go at things, and it'd be really special to kind of go out on top. And I think we have the talent, and I'm just really ready to go.
How do you feel right now?
I mean, I feel incredible. This was a really gutsy win by us. It was a really back and forth game of runs, as Coach said. And we really kept our composure down the stretch. We went down, whatever it was, 5 or 6. And we didn't let the game slip away from us, stayed in the moment, and really just played hard right through the last buzzer. And that last run, man, it was just like we were diving for balls, getting every rebound, boxing hard. We had some of the lapses throughout the game in those on those aspects. So, yeah, we really just locked in and stayed in the moment.
Excellent. Now, Coach, question here they want to ask is, why does your team deserve to win?
Well, I think this time of the year, and I really mean this, I think this time of the year that all of these teams deserve to win. I remember back when they played the consolation game and some team had to lose twice, and boy, was that a beating. When you went down and you lost, disappointed, you had your best season ever, and you had to go and get beat again or compete to get beat again or to win. Why do we deserve to win? Some of the reasons that he just spoke about, and I think that this team has a way to win, which is great. And I don't know much about the other teams other than they never lose. Okay, I've seen this. Somebody's 29-0 and somebody's 29-1 or something. But this team seems to know how to win. We've had close games for so long now, and we just seem to know how to win. And so, if we have to find a reason to deserve to win, other than the fact that they're good kids, great kids, it's because we know how to win.
Okay, the second question is, how do you feel going into this next game?
I'm exhausted right now. And how do I feel going into the game? I think that, again, I want to sit down. I've just heard such great things about Benedictine and Augustine, and they're just really good. And the Worcester coach is a good friend of mine. We've been there before and played each other there before, and so it'll be a great foursome. And I feel good. I'm so happy to be going. I mean, people don't realize how hard it is to get there, and we're really excited to be a part of it.
Anything else you guys want to add?
I'm good.
I'm surprised you.
I got a good question. Connor, at the end of the game, it looked like as a leader you were really trying to take the game into your hands, sort of looking for your shot aggressively. Was that something that you're thinking about at the end of the game? You could sort of feel the momentum shifting, thinking, I need to take this shot, I need to...
I don't think it's necessarily me trying to take over or anything like that, thinking that I need to take shots. I mean, I definitely trust other guys around me to get good looks, but I don't know, I thought I got some clean looks, and I'm ready and willing to take a big shot if need be. So, I mean, I'm always ready to take it, but I don't think I was looking to force or really take over. I was trying to let stuff come to me, but as I said, yeah, I'm ready to take a big shot when it comes my way.
Can you talk about battling Pileski down low tonight? You made a lot of good finishes against him. He's such a good shot blocker, and you were able to get the better of it a lot of times. Can you talk about how that was?
Yeah, I mean, he's tough. But from watching him, watching film, watching the game last night, and playing against him in the couple times this year and in the past, you know that he's going to jump and come from that weak side help hard and really try to swat stuff away. So I was kind of just trying to use my body, keep it away from him, because you know he's coming hard, and just kind of absorb the contact, get into him, and finish. He's always tough, he's strong, he can get up. And yeah, I think I was really just trying to use my body and avoid those blocks and just try to get the free throw line. And fortunately, a few of those actually went. So.
To what degree do you guys attribute your success in this game? You guys used the word composure earlier. It seemed like Tufts was going on some runs. At the beginning of the game, they were struggling, and then they made a big run in the second half. But you guys sort of stayed calm and were able to come out on top eventually at the end. To what do you attribute that to your experience as a team making it this far in the tournament a lot of times?
Yeah, and we've been working a lot on trust. You know, we were fractured a bit last year, and the trip and all that stuff, we decided to really trust each other, and that's the thing. So when we had that last time out, we all looked at each other and just said, hey, guys, we've been here before. The other night we were down 5 to Cortland. The other night we were down 5 to Husson. So we've been there before. Just trust each other and play as hard as we can play. And just before that, when Tufts had gone on that run, we lost focus for a minute. And that's why we called the timeout, because all of a sudden there's a back door, all of a sudden there's an offensive rebound. And Tufts was doing all the things it takes to win. They were doing all the great things, right? And so we try to tighten that up again and just refocus and then just believe in each other.
Great. Well, thank you very much, guys, and good luck in the semifinals.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That was the Amherst post-game press conference. We're sorry we couldn't bring you the Tufts one, but that already happened. So wrapping up from Cousins Gymnasium, a crazy 2 weekends here, but Amherst comes out on top in the sectional final. They move on with an 86-73 win over Tufts. They'll be going to Salem, Virginia for the Final Four. Thank you for joining us on JumboCast.